Hello, hello everyone. Just need my game to show. Sometimes it does, sometimes it does not. Let me see. Do we have a problem? Blue stack app player. Ah, perfect. Hello, 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 hello. Hey Russ, hey, hey Pierre, salut. You will make it. Hello, good morning. Menlopa, hello as well. Thank you for responding. So I don't know what's going on. I dare not make Spotify work. Let me try now. I don't know. Like, why it's not capturing the sound of Spotify, but it does not really matter at the end of the day. It does not really matter. So let's do some polars. We start in half an hour, so I have a bit of time. So I just recorded Gary's guide. I'm gonna publish it later today. I need to do the thumbnail and I need to do the description and the tags on YouTube and all that shit. So it's gonna be later today. I just published as well the guide for what it was. The T12 research. I'm really curious about what you think about the T12 research. Hey, maybe Jay as well, welcome. Russ, what do you think about the T12 research? Are you happy? Are you unhappy? Are you guys mad? I find it quite cheap, to be honest, so I'm happy. Compared to T11, it's like a freebie, so... Compared to T11, it's a freebie. So I'm quite satisfied with that. I was really concerned it's gonna be 10 times that price, so... And then I'm gonna need to record about Alliance Showdown, and then I need to record about Winter Siege. I did not log on my State 6 account to look at Winter Siege yet. I've listened to Shield video. That's not really a guide, it's more going through the event. So I need to do the same, basically, for myself and for you guys, and try to see how can we, how can we start to understand that game mode a bit better. My client is lagging a bit, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do a bit of Polar. Oh, I have some language ready. Yeah, there you go. A lot of auto dubbing ready for the T12 video that I just published. So I'm just pushing that live right now. So you guys have it as soon as possible. So yeah, doing a bit of Polar, I'm gonna do a stop in the Alliance Showdown Alliance. I'm doing it in, so I'm gonna record the farmers. Maybe start another research or something, and then I'm gonna go to the Tal Alliance. I should be in, and I'm gonna as well redo all of my march for the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna totally mess up my my bear trap march. Hello, Angeline. Welcome. Good evening. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully you're having a good day so far. Good, happy Monday. Back to work, I guess. So what? What am I doing? Am I like an hour early? I'm 1 hour early. Wow, I'm that tired. The battle is like in freaking an hour and a half, guys. Is it? I was meant to go live an hour from now. So we have a bit of time. Sorry for that. I just saw 2:30 and I was like, oh shit, I need to go online. My time, but that was meant to be 3:30 my time. You are getting barbecued. So we're gonna look at the certain things. We're gonna do things a bit sooner. Salut tonton, ça ne fonctionne pas sur YouTube. Tu veux dire le son de Spotify, Pierre? Ah, le chat. Le chat. So you guys, no, should be able to see the chat here. So let me fix that. Let me try to put YouTube in there if I can. I'm upgrading my my streaming setup, I guess. You guys don't have the video on YouTube? Do you have the video? YouTube chat, tell me. You just have the sound? What do you have as a video? Do you see the game? To the max, thank you for the follow. Let me check myself. What do I see from another account? Why don't I see my live? Google, Tonton Whiteout, it's me. Why don't I see my live in the thing? My computer is like very slow. I don't know what's going on. We can see the gameplay and we can hear the audio, just not the Spotify. Okay, so that's okay. That's but Pierre was not seeing the video somehow. Yeah, I can see it myself. So that's okay. That seems to work for most, at least. Works for me if I look at it. So let me try to see if I can fix the chat. It's gonna be restarting the chat. It should be. Can you type? I'm gonna type hello. Okay. Can someone on YouTube type something? Okay, you just did. Same, we have food for the Well Alliance. I mean, you know, it is what it is in Tal. It's like, you know, 1 versus 64 and stuff like that. So if you are not at the top of the food chain, you know, you are getting... So Twitch is working. But I don't have YouTube when I should have YouTube. Ajouter une fenêtre de chat dans Streamlab dans le plugin OBS ou bien l'URL ci-dessus comme source du navigateur dans un autre logiciel. That's what am I doing? Badges, we want Twitch and YouTube. Ok, masquer les bots de chat, yes. Masquer les commandes, yes. Notification de chat désactivée. Paramètres de message. Toujours afficher les messages. Ok, so we good. So let me update it. Chat, let me see if I can. Else, YouTube gonna get Twitch chat today. So that's not gonna be okay. Everything is okay. Okay, cool. But YouTube chat is not showing on here. So here on the right, I cannot show you where, but you know where there is hello, you should see YouTube chat here too. So that's not working. So I need to fix it. But you know, most of you are on YouTube. I can see you. You can see yourselves. That's what meant to be working. Today it's not. So somehow things are not working perfectly. And don't, you know, I'm a noob. So with these things, I have no idea why. But it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So that's 5 minutes. So we're gonna do one more polar. I'm gonna swap to the Farm Alliance. We might actually go and explore. We might actually go and explore. How is it called? The siege together. We can talk about whatever you want. Like there is Gareth, so I made the video right now, so it's not live. I need to make the thumbnail and I need to do all of it, but it's recorded and uploading. So I pushed Gareth. I don't know if you did, but I pushed him quite a bit, which is giving a lot of power. Like that's a lot. You know, if you look at the other one, like Romulus is giving, you know, 8 million, but he's like 90, he's like 80, and he has a lot of skills, you know? When Gareth He's like already 7 million. 0.6 and he's like 50, so like he's gonna give crazy power. So I pushed him quite a bit. I unlocked 24 of these chests. I got nothing interesting, to be honest, but that was cool. That costed a lot. I burnt most of my sigils, to be honest, so I need to buy the expert packs when they come out. I don't even find them. Yeah, I use most of them. And I bought the Gareth pack as well. So, you know, it's gonna be what it is. I have a bit of books left, so I'm gonna use that, you know, in the coming days. When can I do experts in Showdown? When can I do experts in Showdown? Do you have multiple days where you can do experts? I can do them tomorrow. I cannot do them the day after. I cannot do them here. I can do them the last day or not? Speed up gems. Why, you cannot do them. That's bad. That's bad, man. I need experts. 2,600 days. Yeah, it's insane. It's very expensive. I'm gonna see if I can put him like level 60, 70, and then it's gonna be out of my league probably. But you know, for the extra stats and everything. So let's go to the other alliance. And I can do them today, but I'll show you I pushed enough points today, so I mean, either I do that without any reason. That's okay as well, to be honest. Do I need a reason? But that's gonna come back in 2 minutes. I'm gonna collect it and send it again. We're gonna wrap up this one. We're gonna wrap up this research a bit. Oh, an hour 40 minutes. I can wait a bit. That's pretty good. That's accumulating. New expert is worth to invest if you are a maxi whale. No, if you're a dolphin, you could spend a bit on it, but it's very expensive, man. It's really expensive. Like to maxim, it's like 2,700 sigils. It's 1.3. No, it's what? It's like insane. I'll share in the chat what you need. It's already kind of known, but bam, bam, bam. What do I want to do? That's what you need. So the expert guide on Discord is updated. The video is recorded and it's gonna be published when it's finished to upload and all of that. But that's how much you need. So Affinity 2.6 million. That's the highest. Book Sigils 2.7k. Books of Knowledge 1.3 million. So yeah. 7.2 years of speed ups, guys. 7.2 years of speed ups. Yeah, so what you want to do as free-to-play is very similar to Romulus. Like the way I've done Romulus on my farm is like Romulus is level 30 or 40, I forgot, so I could get some level of that. So you want to get like to something like that. You're level 4 or level 7 here. So you get the troop and the badge for free, and you will want to do exactly the same here. You will want to just be exactly the same here. Want to get to level, 4 or 7, whatever you can get very slowly over time. And be patient, not really focus on him too much, and then you're gonna get the chest. But the chest, they're not game breaking in any way. They are good for buffs and stuff, but free to play, you don't really, the buff really don't do much at a free to play, so it's not the end of the world, I find. Hey Altarba, I'm playing at 2 UTC, so I'm playing in an hour and a half, so I'm actually in advance by a lot, so So, you know, you guys got me for an extra hour today. I was meant to go just before and the match and, you know, kind of not stay too long because I have a lot of things to do and I'm online, so I'll stay. I'll stay, you know, that's okay. Can I get some red trucks? Yes, please. Let's hunt for good trucks. Might not be red trucks yet. Red trucks might be tonight, you know, but that's pretty good. There is nothing wasted here. Of course I got the alloy. But the thing I need the least in the world. Of course I got the alloy. Do I keep 2 attacks in case I get a red truck tonight? Hey Molly, I'm good. And you? I'm very good. It's exciting, you know. It's really exciting. We got the new expert. I mean, it's changed to Showdown. It just gives me an excuse to re-record the guide. Which, you know, I like to do when I have a new setup and things like that. And I have better, you know, better kind of sound and better everything. That's just give me an excuse. I want to... Tomorrow we have Wonder Theater for spenders. So that's going to be great. And then, you know, I need to record about the new event as well. So yeah, that's quite a bit of things to do. Hey uncle, nice skin. However, we can't see the top and the bottom of your screen frame. That's a shame. What do you mean? Like my game? Is like the game a bit too big, you mean? Is that the issue? It's going a tiny bit. It's tiny bit bigger, but really not by a lot. Or you mean something else? It does not show the whole game. Yeah, but you know, it's really not missing much. I can try to fix it, but is it good now? Because it's not, you know, it's not very convenient to do. I need to zoom in a lot. I need to do like, let me put it full screen. So how is it at the top? Top is okay, right? Like that. If the top... You're on holiday, enjoy, man. So is it better if I do that? Do I have a... Do you see a black line somewhere? So I'm gonna stop moving it right now. I lock it, I stop moving it. You guys let me know. Is it better now? Because if it's like not wide enough, on like even if on OBS I barely see a black line between the blue thing and between the game, like on YouTube it's it's putting a very big black line. I don't know why. Like I barely see it, but on YouTube it's like 10 times worse somehow. Good for you. Let me know again if it's okay now. So when it comes to Alliance Showdown, so where are we? So we make 11 million points and they made 4, right? So that's, you know. And if you look at their alliance, so Davey is here as well. So he pushed some points. You know, we have some farms here as well. Can I check these guys out? I mean, some of them are joining and leaving the alliance, so they might be doing like us, right? That's a 1 billion dudes. I mean, that's a good alliance they are in. So they are doing the same as us. So we need to be careful and to need to make sure we win some days. For these guys, but you know, how many they put FC7? Yeah, they put only 1 player in it, right? Oh, they have another one. They could potentially push points on 2 players. So you see everybody is doing that. It's not now, guys. I'm gonna move if it's stressing people out, but it's not now. I'm gonna collect resources. It's fine. Okay, cool. I mean, you know, it's a nice thing I got, so I'm happy to make it like perfect as much as possible. I'm happy to make it, but the issue is like I can never change the game, like the size of the game on my computer. It's gonna mess it up all, you know, all the time. But that should be the default size. That's my new power in Alliance Showdown. I'm 3.3 billion. So that's pretty good. I'm really happy with that. The account is going very, very well. So my trucks are 3.3. So I'm just collecting a bit of resources here to get the points. You put a screenshot on Discord. Yeah, I'll have a look. You tag me or was it not you? It was not you who tagged me. That's Poyo. Where did you put the screenshots? Il manque le haut et le bas du cadre sur YouTube. Ah, mais le cadre, il n'y a pas de haut et de bas. Okay, so like the blue thing, there is no... Okay, okay. So the game is like there is nothing at the top and at the bottom. That's meant to be like that. If you want to blame someone for it, blame Escanor. He did it. But that was okay for me. It did not bother me. But it's true there is not like nothing at the top and nothing at the bottom for it. And that I understand if that's an issue. But so the game is like as big as possible, right? We are not losing like some height for the game. If that makes sense. I thought it was because the game was a bit bigger and it was like missing a few millimeters at the top and at the bottom. It was not hiding anything, but I understand that it looked a bit zoomed in, right? I understand if it looks a bit zoomed in. So what do we do? I think it's, you know, I'm sure it's in an hour now. So yeah, better start in 1 hour. So we shall be okay. Hello, Luck. Welcome. That's just how it is on desktop, I believe. On your phone, you can adjust it. Which part, Mid King? So I'm gonna need to try to join some of these polars because I'm kind of lagging behind a bit. Let's offer my help. Could I get like one of their Thor is very high? Well, can I get Thor's help maybe? I mean, people will buff for Tal in an hour, so... No, I will want to have the help for the last show. My Rune is max, right? Let me check. But my Rune is max. So I can send 5 trucks. So I'll be able to get a red truck later today. So, you know, I don't want to send... to use help yet. I need the help on the red truck from hopefully some people that might be buffed for Tundra Armlings as well, you know? That would be nice. If we could do that. I'm gonna keep 2 attacks if I find a red truck as well. So what do we do? Do you want to talk about Gareth? Do you want to talk about T12? Healing? To be honest, I did not see a change about Deadshot and that kind of rewards. I don't know how much more, because I did not pay attention when the game triggered, how much more resource you were getting in these packs, if it's any meaningful. I don't know if any of you paid attention to that. Or maybe TalkStream is not updated. Maybe it's not updated the packs yet. These are weekly, monthly cards. So we used to have 350, so they doubled. That's the doubled here. That was 350. And here we used to have Fire Crystal weekly card, and that's Fire Shards weekly card. So that's doubled, and that's more than doubled than this one. It used to be 350 as well in total. And now we are getting, how much is it, you know? 160 by 3. By 7, sorry. So we are getting 1,120. So that's a lot more. That's a lot more. That's 3 times more. So instead of 50, we have 160. So that's pretty good. You know, I think that's gonna work. They probably crunch the number, right? There is one thing they are good at, is crunching the numbers and making the numbers work. So that's why I was so surprised that the T12 resources was not adding up. Like, they have been so good at balancing things and you know, like game systems overall. I find them, they are balanced probably in the way they want. I don't know if they are good enough and well balanced for free to play, but you know, they are balanced in a way that works, I guess, for what they want. Good luck in battle, thank you. Tonton Gen 12 just drop. Any tips on which heroes to prioritize, buddy? Whichever you want. No, that's not the answer. So what do we have? That's gonna be a good time to look at it. So you have a marksman hero that you get from. Where do you get her from? You get her from heroes. I purchased her today with the $6, $5 pack, whatever thing, right? But heroes, let me open that. So SVS prep. So that's the one you get for ranking in events, right? For ranking in KY and stuff like that. So what she does enemy defense down, 25%. That's very, very rare. So that's probably one of the joiner that is very unique. And unless it does not work as intended, I mean, Hendrik is like that, right? Enemy defense down. So these are she's like Hendrik. So that's amazing joiner. You always want one more or less. That's one of the things you could always have. That's really, really good. Then our mech spiders. Lydia adds mech spiders to marksman fire. So that's, you know, marksman doing extra damage, right? So they are doing every 2 attacks. Spiders, acid, dissolve enemies armor. So they are doing damage up, I mean, every 2 turns, plus they are taking extra damage for 25% for 1 turn from the other sources, right? So from that one, from, you know, marksman, lancers, infantry. So that's insane. That's really insane. And I thought she would be amazing for bear, but she has a defensive widget. That's why Rufus is beating her, I think, is because she has a defensive widget. Else she's insane. I find her very, very good. She deep marksman arrowhead into spider toxins. So, you know, fire, spider, mechanic, whatever. Then, you know, toxins, like, and, you know, damage up again, 100%, and enemy damage at 20%, right? So 20% to every 2 attacks. And that was every 2 attacks as well. That's insane, man. That's insane. Like, she gives such a burst of damage. That's really good. And enemy damage down. So she's really good, but there is always one. She's not unlocked. She has a defensive widget, so she works in garrison. So you had Rufus offensive widget, Blanchette offensive widgets. Rufus is still better for bear. So if you want to get her, it's because you need a garrison marksman. If you need a garrison marksman, you are a marksman player, or for whatever reason you are garrisoning, you could consider her, but you will need general shards. The one that you will get from the Lucky Wheel is going to be Carol. And Carol is an offensive widget, which you miss as well for a bit, right? And for most players, it's going to be an upgrade from Fred. So he's really, really good. Enemy damage taken down, that's very average. That's not really good. Increase all troop damage dealt to Lancers. So let me read it. So Carol knows exactly where enemies' infantry are weakest against forces like his own, increasing all troop damage dealt to Lancers and infantry. So yeah, but it's funny, it's doing like more damage to Lancers first and then to infantry. So against a 60-40, that's really good, but it's a 25%. I mean, it's average. It's I don't know. It does not feel crazy to me. The other way around will be a lot better, for example. And then Carol turned the lesson of the past. So attack and defense up. So that's a Philly, I think, kind of hero. That there are some of that. So you attack up, defense up, damage up on 2 troop type. If you kill the infantry, everything else died unless it's a very close battle, right? So damage taken down. So I find Carol very average, but that's an offensive widget. And Lloyd was a defensive widget. These skills are not bad by any means. They are not amazing. They are not bad. Which make Carol, like if you need an offensive Lancers, she's very good. Else because he is Lucky Will. Sorry, you can do it. Anyone can do him. It's going to be an upgrade for Fred. It's going to be great in Arena, Exploration. All of that's going to be good. And then you have Ervor, the crazy purple lady. Lethality up. Blanchette, Jessie, Jasser, they're all doing Lethality up. Damage up is Lethality up. It's the same. The enemy menace spell, beside her infantry damage taken from normal attack is reduced by, okay, so that's wooming. That's really literally wooming. So normal attack 25%, so that's a normal damage reduction, but only on infantry. And if there is skill damage, which I need to look at, I don't know if there are a lot of skill damage, but it seems that the lady Legia, she does a lot of skill damage, probably, or 2 skills that do 100% damage. That part is probably skill damage. So there is a lot of skill damage here. And you have wooming built into her. And then enemy damage taken down and damage up, but that's for all our troops are not reducing our infantry damage taken and increasing their damage dealt. Wow, that's really not good. That's a bit weird. But, I mean, that's kind of average, but she has a lot more stats. She has a defensive widget as well, so usually that's enough. But the skills are not amazing, to be honest. That's really, like, damage up of infantry. But most people will play her because, everyone that we talk to is using her. She's better than Gen 11. It is what it is. So people basically use Ervor everywhere, it seems. They use Legia defensively, Rufus offensively, and they use Lloyd defensively, and they use... what's his name? They use Carol offensively, right? So it is very simple and straightforward. What you need. For Arena, I did not look into. For Garrison, I did not look into it, so I'm not 100% sure for these. Did the game went back to French? No, okay. I had a feeling that the game went back to French. So I don't know if it helps, but that's kind of how I'm thinking about it right now. Your village are often on strike. I've noticed it's always happen when you launch an urgent mobilization order from Chief. Isn't that too much of a production loss? I never really calculated it, to be honest. So you're saying, like, when you start all of that together, like they are on strike, I don't pay attention to that, so I'm not sure. I think when you look at the amount it does, when you do whatever, it's a very tiny amount, and I would not bother with it. But if you guys paid attention to that and how to optimize it, I'm all ears. But I never really felt you can do much about it, so... Nice new graphics, thank you. Thank you. How long have you been able to purchase refined fire crystal in your... How long? Refined fire crystal in your regular store, Jason. I would assume I talked to that. I talked with that. No, I talked about it with someone not too long ago. I think it's Gen 10 with T12. I'm not sure. but I'm you know, not a feeling, but it's not a feeling, but I have a vague memory that this shop is what I managed to get here, right? This shop is like with that is only, see, because it's with fire crystal shard. It's only since we got T12, so Gen 10. So Gen 9, T11, you get it next time. So that's a whale thing, right? That's gonna be like I need a boost for my T12, and I have a lot of money kind of thing. So it's a huge commitment for this one. Level 6 widget is good. What about 4 stars? Does it needs to be 5 stars to be effective in Foundry on Canyon, brother? Widget level 6 is amazing. Is really amazing. Is really amazing. You get most of the stats. You get 2/3 of the stats. Like the widget are scaling linearly as far as I know. And so you get 2/3 of the stats. 70% of the power you spend less than 40%. I think it's 38.5 or something like that. You spend let's say to make it simple, you get 70% of the power, you spend 40% of the cost. So it's one of the sweet spots for rally leader. So when I made the video about lancers, right? One of the things we talk about, I made a video about lancers not too long ago. It might be a bit down now. Can I find him? PCB, right? So he was happy for me sharing his reports and, not hiding his name. I don't know if the report will still be working, but if you look at PCB, that's one of the admin on Wosner's, like his widgets are not very high. I mean, Bradley, it makes sense because he's a Lancer build, so he's going to use Bradley until the end of time, more or less. So Bradley make a lot of sense to get to 10, but the other one are 6. And because that's really the sweet spot for Dolphin kind of spends, or, maybe if you can afford a bit more, you do level 8, but level 10 widgets are very expensive. They are really expensive. So that's a lot of money every gen. So it's more like a whale thing kind of budget, right? If you're on a budget, there are hundreds of dollars you could save on your widget that you can put somewhere else if you don't do that. If you don't put them level 10, and overall long term, that's far better for your account. 5 stars, as long as, for me, the way I look at it and the way I play the game, as soon as you are VIP 9, I don't see a reason not to be 5 star on heroes. So before you are VIP 9, you can be 4 stars, that's okay. But for me, when you are VIP 9, you should aim and plan and save shards to put your heroes max. So we just got Gen 12 today, right? Gen 12 arrived today. So you see my shards. I have shards to max Gen 12. If I wanted to max Gen 12 and that's the one I wanted the most more than Gen 11, I would have kept some of the Gen 11, right? So I want to max heroes as soon as possible in a generation with, and going 5 stars. And the exception to that is Lucky Wheel, of course. So you will do just with the Lucky Wheel slowly. And the other exception to that is when you get, like, for example, Legia, which is a reward from King of Icefield, from SVS Prep. So if I was planning to push for 1 King of Icefield or 1 SVS Prep, and I knew I'm going to get 400, 300 shards, 200 shards from that ranking and that push, then I will not max Legia, right? I will keep her at 4.3, at 4.2, at 4.4. I'll keep her somewhere around here so I get the shards from, playing the event, actually. And that's very helpful to do it that way as well. We can do a bit of that. Oh, I did already, so we cannot do a bit of that. Gareth, the only new expert for now. New max level is reached with Max Gareth. You think yeah, it could be. It gives so much power that it could be. Then it means we have only one. So if you look at the ranking, right? Leaderboard, people are having max expert, people are having 134 million, 444k, whatever. And if you look at the city, So I was thinking it will be 2 or 3, but it could be 1 because he gives so much. Yeah, you're right. That's totally an option. See, like that's weird. Did I look at expert? Because mine is 112. So can you go beyond that? Can you go beyond the... Can you go beyond that that threshold? That's weird. They failed at it? Okay, fair enough. Or maybe it does not take into account the max, the really like big whale stuff for expert. Maybe it does not take into account the extra stats you can give. But yeah, I would have assumed it like 2 or 3. But yeah, it just gives so much power that maybe it's not counting that into account, or they just messed up, whatever. Previously, it was always max level. That was maybe they changed it so we cannot guess when new things are coming up. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there is like some kind of for them to have a control over like giving us surprises because people have been regularly spotting new pets and new things coming up in the game from there, right? People are checking that regularly and then I don't know. I'm not sure what they've done, but people have been crazy because like there are not that many maxed, crazy whale that actually maxed it. So that's really insane when you think about it. I don't even think I'm hesitating to buff today, to be honest. We're gonna steamroll them so bad that I'm hesitating to buff. OTAD, I saw new chief order is included. They said in the next, like that was an update, but that was not like a proper update, right? That was like a complementary one. That's not like, it was 1 week after the last update, so I would not expect like these things. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they're gonna do here. I love a research chief order. I love that. That would be amazing. So I think all strategies are good for Dolphin, but I still think that 48 for 48 is better because most of players are doing infantry than marksman or opposite. What do you mean greenfield? In reaction to like the Lancer video I've made? Yeah, it's mostly for spenders, right? I think Lancers for free to play is really tough. I will not play Lancers free to play. I mean, you can probably make it work. It seems that every ratio works, to be honest. I've been playing 50, 2030 until Gen 8. We did not know better about ratio for a very long time. And, that was good enough because I did not want it to make a decision yet about my account. So that was good enough. I couldn't burn cities. I could rank well in like PvP events. So all the ratios are working basically. So it's more a question about optimizing your account and then adjusting a few things. But you can use pet, as I understand from nerds. Somebody say that they reset pets, but I mean, they reset pets at midnight. So if I use them now, I mean, the match is in 2 hours. The match is done, right? So that's okay. If I would use the pets now, it's gonna be okay. But I meant the buff. I don't know if I want to buff like with gems. Thank you for the follow, Pika Pika. What do you think about the new Wonder Theater that will come tomorrow? They changed it a lot. Wonder Theater was amazing. It was insane value. That was the cheapest. Last time, it was the cheapest way to get packs by packs. It's never the cheapest way to get packs. But it was the cheapest way to get charms by a lot. And if you click on it, the rewards are the same as last time. So I don't know what to think because they say they changed it. So they changed the probability. They say they changed the reward option. They said they changed a few things. So I don't know if it's gonna be as good. Sometimes events that are too good the first time they become a bit less good. Sometimes they tune them down in a bit in terms of reward. It happens, right? This will not be the first time that sometimes we have an event that's too generous when it comes out. You know, we enjoy it a lot, and then the next time it's very generous, but not as much as the first time. So I don't know. We need to recalculate everything. So we cannot base whatever we calculated last time, whatever guide I've made, or whoever made the sims and all of that. It's all outdated. So we need to see tomorrow. I cannot tell you. It's really like it really depends, to be honest. Like the slushy events, I mean, it was still very good, right? But it was not good for the 2K fire crystals, right? But that kind of thing could change, right? That's the kind of thing they could change as well. So it could be a very good event for pets, you know, pet wild marks maybe. You know, sometimes they are like, once they change treasure hunter to allow whales to get a lot of wild marks from treasure hunter. We've seen that once. You know, all the other treasure hunter have been very good for Lucky Hero Chief gear chest, but so yeah, it's really these things vary. So we'll see. We need to see. I'm Gen 2, 94 days, but always like to know what I'm spending on. I mean, these events usually are the best. Like, you know, if you can manage your budgets with like the randomness of seasonal events, you know, we could not know we were gonna get Wonder Theater this week. We never had Wonder Theater last year at that time. That's the second time we have the event. So Wonder Theater, that's the second time we have it. So, you know, it might be very different, but usually like seasonal events are the best spend in the game. Most of them are. Journey of Light is the best spend in the game. Like Treasure Hunter is really good. Cassia is very good with average luck. Marbles are really good with average luck. Like all of these events that are more or less luck based, they are very, very good if you have average luck. They are crazy value, but you do not know when they are. Some of them cost 200 euro to max. Some of them could not 200 euro to max, but to unlock all the milestone reward, which is where the value is, right? So some of them could cost $600-700 to max. Sometimes we don't have them for a month, or we just have one for a month. Sometimes we have 3 or 4 in a month. So like, it's very hard to manage budget-wise that. So if you have a $500 budget or $100 budget or whatever you have, spending only on seasonal events likely mean you underspend some months and you overspend some months, and you need to be very at peace with doing that to focus on seasonal event. Else you might want to kind of not go too crazy on seasonal event and buy a bunch of high-value regular packs so you control budget a lot more. You know, it's kind of really important. Jodies do not like 48 for 48. Why do you don't like it? It's one of the best ratio in the game for many reasons, but I'm curious to know why you do not like it somehow. But that's one of the best ratio in the game. It works very, very well. And there are a few mathematical reasons for it. I'm not a huge spender, maybe around... Yeah, so, you know, you can easily spend that with like good regular packs, not Gen 2. Later, you can regularly, easily spend that to spend on regular packs, but, you know, that could work like, you know, keeping 100, 150 for like seasonal events and see based a bit on what's going on. But of course, later packs are a lot better. For me, like the power of my account is as well because most of my spending have been done after Gen 7. Until Gen 7, 8, I was a very small spender. So, you know, I really leverage my spend by waiting 2 years to spend. You know, having a YouTube channel, having income from the YouTube channel. Used to have, you know, the affiliate link that support me a lot as well with buying some packs and stuff. So there are a few factors, but... you know, not that I have a proper channel that I can expand some packs. It's not allowing me to make a living, but, you know, that's a lot less money when you can expand things, right, in a company. So things like that. But it's like, if I would have spent that money in Gen 1 or 2, it would be 3 times, you know, I would have 3 times less power, for example. But it is what it is. It's not always possible to daily spends. So let's go in the other alliance. No, could you explain why 50-0-50 works, Gary? Yes, of course. I mean, it works because it works, that we know, but there are a few things in the game as well, and it's more 48 for 48. That work. 1 sec, I'm just doing that. I need to, yes. I understand, I've been following since I started, and I've been a great help. Yeah, if you use TalkStream for value, you will make like so much smarter decision, man, than 99% of people spending on that game. So that's really, really good. That's really, really good. Why can't I? Okay. So let's do that. Let's do that. Tomorrow, no bear. So let's... our pets are in 12 minutes. Thank you, Matab. No, it's not working at the moment. Hopefully we hear about it soon, but it's not a problem if you, as far as I know, it's not a problem if you use it, but just, you know, I don't have anything back from it, but it does not change anything, so. You know, hoping it's coming back and it's be the same link. It's good if you guys keep the habit of using it eventually. But that's okay. There is no penalty. You know, it's not like hurting or anything to do so. And you know, I don't know how it works, but I will bet, right? I will bet that if you use a link, they can track it, you know. Even if it's not active in the sense that I don't get anything, they still use supporting me, and they still see there is a wave of support coming towards me, right? So that helps a bit as well, even if it's not like properly working, let's say. What did you send? You sent me a report in game, Greenfield? I'm not sure. I understand. You should post some ways. I mean, you know, what should I do? What should I do? Like, you know, should I put like an affiliate link for Amazon, for example? So whenever you shop on Amazon, you can, because that's kind of international, right? Whenever you shop on Amazon, you can use the link and I get a quick commission. There is not much to do. Some people wanted to do a PayPal donation, so I made a PayPal, but you know, it's a direct donation. So you know, that's not something I want to really promote. But if some of you are willing to, that's, you know, always an option. I think it's somewhere in the description. I think I plugged it somewhere because a few of you were asking, so. I'm on the wrong account, but I'm gonna go check. But I just need to spend a bit of stamina before we go for Tundra Arm Leagues. But I'm in the wrong alliance for that, so it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna go back. Because I have nobody to join, so. And these are in 4 hours, so I got a bit of time before I need to recall these farmers and send them again. The good thing is, like, you know, these take 12 hours when you chill, so. That's good. I'm gonna do 2 waves of polars and I'm swapping, so we check your report. I'm just doing another one after, and in 2 minutes we swap. How much is my March? 1.4. I don't care, it's my farm. So for those who play 48 for 48, whatever other marksman ratio? Should they focus more on infantry or marksman? It seems to be working a bit better if you do marksman first. So what you need is, if you play lancers, you need a bit of lethality on lancers as well. So you need some gear on Mia, you need some gear on Molly, whatever you use. Whatever troop you use, you need some gear on because they are important the way it works. But you like your priority should be marksman. You can do marksman infantry and leave lancer lagging quite behind, but you cannot like. I mean, you can totally no. You will see people totally neglecting lancers, but they're not gonna use 4% lancer in their ratio. So that's a choice you can make, right? If you totally neglect lancers, then do not use lancers. But that's not gonna work long term because long term you want T12, right? In T12 you want lancer in your rallies, so that's you know that's not a long term solution. It's not funny if I'm not the strongest spending 7-8k. Yeah, that's, I mean, you can find stats when you could be with that budget, man. That's a lot of money, but some people have, you know, crazy money. And it is what it is, like that is, you know. I'm not sure you want to spend more. Did you consider that, Jody? Is like finding like somewhere where you can be like the main rally lead? But it comes, you know, some people... I know some people that used to be the main rally lead and, you know, they were happy not to be at some point. They were like, I'm going to cut spending because they don't want to have to be there on... They don't want to have to be there on Saturdays for the battle all the time. They have kids, they have a life. So it really depends on what you want and of the game. But that's a crazy budget, man. Games are only the fun if you're the strongest, but that's fair. You know, that's, you know, everyone plays for different reasons, right? So if you like being the strongest, but like you compete with people with budget that are not, I don't know if they are unlimited, but you know, the ceiling is very high. We have a whale in our state with 350 million power, mostly troop power with 7 million Geronimo top 1. I have a 4 million Geronimo top 3 with like 1/10 of his spending. Yeah, some people, I mean, you see that a lot in the beginning, right? People spending is varying a lot, like the efficiency of their spend and... You know, if you are like a lot in the regular shop at the beginning, because you know, you don't know that seasonal events are so much better and you never calculate. Some people are in that shop a lot because it's always available, right? So they are in that shop a lot at the beginning and they spend crazy amount of money here and like, you know. Don't spend more. I mean, that's already a lot if you can spend. I mean, when you earn that much, you probably have a more of a, you know, free money basically that you can do whatever you want with it. I guess you did not like you probably have a good lifestyle, I guess, but you did not spend most of it on lifestyle. So, I mean, the game, it could be lifestyle to me in some ways. So, yeah, it's not easy, man. But it's like, you know, you can look for a state, because if you stop, it's a lot of money. But, you know, for me, that's why I really treat it like a hobby. I know some people have an issue quitting games when they spend a lot of money because they're like, that's a lot of money. But for me, it's like, you know, if I go on a holiday with my wife and, you know, we do sauna, we do restaurants, we do whatever, I treat the game the same, right? It's like I'm never going to get that thing back, you know? I will just have good memories, right? I will have maybe strengthened the relationship a bit. We spend good time together. We have good memories. Maybe we have good photos, you know, things like that. But I'm never going to get that money back, right? And games is really much the same. You're never going to get your money back. So it has to be in a way that's, you know, kind of detached, both being involved with it, because, you know, we care to win, we care to compete, and as well being detached with it. And the way I stop, I'm not mad at the amount of money I spend in the game, right? I'm not like, whoa, that was too much, or, you know. So it's kind of like finding that balance between the relationship you have with the game, because that could be a bit tough sometimes. Tonton, how do I expand How do you explain your rally capacity? I'm Gen 4 FC5 and I feel like I don't have everything, but compared to others, feel like I'm missing something. And there is not many places, you know. It's like a bit here. It's true deployment capacity, so it's not even a rally capacity. Is this one the rally capacity? I have a doubt. But you have Geronimo, for example. That's expensive. You have some pets. You have research. What else do you have? So Geronimo is rally capacity, right? Then on specific event, you will have a Valeria, that's rally capacity as well for Castle Battle. You will have Fabian for Foundry. Fabian will do rally capacity in Foundry. So you have like... You have the Rhino doing some rally capacity. So, you know, you have like things like that you can... Probably these two that are not maxed, unless you have them maxed, let me know. Yeah, command base, but that's a bit more known, right? But command center, of course, is both deployment and rally capacity. Here, you can see the rally capacity 1 million, deployment capacity, right? So the chief gear is troop deployments. You have a bit of a T11 research, I think. Do you have in T11 or it's just troop? No, it's troop deployment capacity. Here is troop deployment capacity as well. And T12 is as well troop deployment capacity, I think. If I remember well. That's troop deployment capacity. And the rest is... You have rally capacity as well. From where it's coming from? Fire Crystal Tech. Oh yeah, of course you have T11. You have, I was like, you have rally capacity. You have this one as well, right? 33.5. Hey Coley, Police Coley, hello, I'm good, and you? So Romulus, so you have a lot, you have sources like that. I think that's most of them. You have the island, but the island is a small building that's very low. You have a bit of research, of course. That you probably know, you know, you have some deployment capacity here. Is that solo march actually? No, that's solo march, so that does not matter. You don't have rally capacity in there actually. Thank you, Pode. So good, it's good I came up 1 hour early. You guys have a lot of questions, so let's meant for that, but I might not stay as long. Hey, is that you? A Greenfield, check my stat health for Macman. Should I increase it more? Oh, I never responded to you a while back. When was that? You know, bump me again if I don't respond to you. I think I missed some message at the moment. I think it's just too much. So sometimes I miss one. I mean, Greenfield, that's pretty strong, right? That's pretty strong, but you might not want to play with... you might want to test it. It's not easy to test, but you might not want to play with Lancers in your ratio because your Lancer is like very, very much behind. Like very, very much behind. So I'm not sure it works better with Lancers here. I mean, the guy is like a lot stronger than you, right? So, but you are pretty strong, man. You are pretty strong for 3,400. That's pretty good. Yeah, definitely Romulus needs some love, but it's very expensive, so I get it. We just got Fire Crystal Troop today and I'm making your advice and not pushing it. Yeah, you can wait a bit later. I find it a bit hard to know how to neglect my Lancer. It depends on what you want to do, you know. Some people neglect a lot. But basically what you need if you play Marksman, if you play Lancers, you need Lancer Lethality and Lancer Attack, but it comes with Lethality often, except in Research when you have to pick, but you need some Lancer damage. I made a new post on the Discord. I made a new channel that I called Crowding. I'm not the one calling it crowding. That's how people call it. It's how, it's why like this 4%, whatever you use, it's why like this 2% marksman, in the calculation of the damage, they might be 15% lancers, right? These 2% lancers are in the calculation of the damage, and only in that, because of crowding and the game works, it's like, it might be, I know that 4% could be roughly 20% troops when it comes to damage calculation. And here it might be like 15% or something. So that's why you need some offensive stats. If you are using lancers, you need offensive stats on lancers. But you don't care that, you don't want really to focus on, if you are not a whale and you cannot do all the stats, you don't want to do defense and health too much, right? But to get lethality, you will need to do charms, you will need to do a bit of chief gear here, you need this one a bit higher, things like that, right? So that's why some people are like really lagging behind their marksmen and not doing their lancers. No, they are really lagging behind their lancers. I'm tired a bit today. And they are not using lancers in their marksman ratio. But if you do use lancers, you need your marksmen to be if you need your lancers to be okay with stats, right? Especially offensive stats, so they do damage. But in the formula of the damage, they are a lot more in percentage because of crowding. So that's explained on Discord how, and that's being under reviewed. With the help of the worst nerd folks, but that's pretty solid, I think, right now. I did not remove the disclaimer, but it explained, and because it's mostly for 48, so I made that channel and I'll make a video about it, mostly for 48 players. So hopefully that's helping. Gen 5 for counters, what's your recommendation, knowing that I'm mostly marksman? I'm recommending more rallies. No, it's like what do you play against? Like for me, I find it hard to answer this question because there are a few things, right? How are your player built? Like in my states, we don't have unlimited max player that can play any ratio. We don't. So what do we have to do? We have to have ratios that are made based on the hero they have, based on the stat they have, and we just do that, right? It's like, okay, that guy is built for lancers. It's a generation where you don't have a good offensive lancer hero, for example, so we're gonna, put him a bit behind in the queue of the rally leaders. We're gonna take maybe someone that has better heroes right now, something like that. So you look at what you have, the reality of your people that are calling rallies, and if they are built for marksman, you play marksman ratio, even if it's technically not the best, you don't care because the ratio is not that important. It's more about the joiners you have in the rally. It's more about your strategy. It's more about the timing of your rallies and all of that. The ratio are rarely the solution to a problem. There are a few exceptions in the game that they are like crazy ratio that are very hard to beat. But these are very specific ratio at very specific gens, and I probably can count them on the fingers in my hand. Everything else, it's not the solution, it's rarely the ratio. The ratio, you play what you can, what you have. And that's good enough. That's good enough. Everyone thinks Lancer ratio is shit. PCB is playing Lancer and he has success with it because he's built for Lancers. And everybody else, like 90% of people I know will tell you Lancer is shit right now. He has no problem. He kicks butts. So it's like, you are built for something. And if you are built very averagely, then you play, you play your Lancer ratio if it's best and with the heroes you have, or you play your Marksman ratio if it's best with the heroes you have. So I don't know what to tell you more than that. The recommendation I have are all on a spreadsheet, man. And I think there is one ratio I might add for Gen 5, actually. I've seen very good reports of Logan, Greg, Nora with a 60-40 ratio. That's something I need. I think I've added it, actually. So I'll give you the link. I think I put it yesterday or I put it today. I put it this morning, actually. Gen 5, yeah. Logan, Nora, Greg, and it's defense. It's not offensive, it's defense. So I don't know if it's gonna help you, but that's things you can consider. Hey Bamba. So that's the spreadsheet I have with all the ratio I recommend and I know are good. And if some you know are good are not in it, it's because nobody told me about them or I did not see report or whatever. So feel free to share reports. Yeah, but you check the Greenfield, check the crowding thing because your lancers are not what you think. They are not for the damage. They are doing a lot more than you think. So if they have low stats, you are nerfing yourself basically. So you are gaining a bit on Mia, but you are losing with the crowding effect. You are using a lot if you don't have good stats. That's why, yeah, that's why I wanted to do that kind of guide, that kind of written guide for a while because I think it's misleading a bit. People playing 48 for 48 just to consider Mia is a bit misleading to my understanding. So you kind of need to have the things you don't care about when you are playing lancers. Sorry, when you my brain is like slow somehow. I cannot say the right troop name. So when you are playing marksman, let me start again. When you are playing marksman, the stats you do not care about is infantry offense, so lethality and attack, right? And lancers defense, so health and defense. That the two stats you do not care about. You need everything else. You need everything else. You need infantry defense, you need lancer offense, and you need marksman infantry. Marksman offense and defense, right? You need these four. That's 8 stats in total that you need, and that's really important for the efficiency of the ratio. Else you do not play lancers and you skip marksman. No, you do not play lancers and you skip lancers a lot more. Good tips for burning cities, you know, just use the best heroes and know what you can do and can't do. There is not much more to it, you know. The biggest tips is target, you know, if you want to, like, I'm assuming you want points in SVS battle. That will be my assumption today. So when you ask me that, it's like, we just had SVS, you want to make points in SVS battle day. Let me know if that's not the case. So what do? Attacking someone that is -1 level is very hard. Someone of your level is extremely hard. Even for me, it's extremely hard. So someone that at the same level as you is extremely hard. 1 level is extremely hard. Even -2 sometimes is extremely hard. Unless you are like Dolphin plus Spender, right? So it's after as much as possible, you attack -3 to get points. That's how far you can go is -3. So for me, it's FC7. So when I'm going for points, and when I used to spend a lot less, like a year ago, and I've been burning a crazy amount of people, and you know, it shows if there is one leaderboard I'm good at, it's, you know, the amount of kills, and that's mostly from not the last 6 months, it's mostly before, and that's mostly from when I was low spender. I will burn, I will focus on people -3 because you cannot do everything. Like the other ones are so hard to kill, then the other one is doing rallies. And then it's knowing what stats you can burn, and you know, you can practice in Foundry, you can practice in Wild Brawl, you can practice in these places, but you at some point you know what your city can or can't do. And that's where you need to be eventually, so you know what you can burn. That you learn it the hard way by attacking people and seeing what it does. But you know, 60-40 is a bit better if you can do it, but any ratio works. 50-20-30 works. Marksman ratio work. Lancers are a tiny bit better, but they work as well, so everything works. To burn. Hey Tonton, what does it mean when was say that is a package as, for example, 3,000 value? What is used? We think... I think you asked and I forgot to respond to you. I might have missed 1 or 2 questions. Let's just ask again, guys. Don't, you know. I do not want to answer a question. If it's a question I don't want to answer, I'll tell you. Because I don't know, if maybe you ask me a personal question, or I don't know, for whatever reason. Whatever you ask, I don't want to answer, I'll tell you. So if I'm not answering, it's not that I don't want to answer. It's like I missed it, or, you know, I forgot about it and moved on to something else. So we believe that the value that they are giving for the packs is based on the value for the gems, basically. So it's like they give a value to the gems, and they convert every item to a value in gems, and they give you a value based on that, right? I think that's what we, as a community, that people that looked at that, I think that the most common theory around it. that's why we need another way to look at this, and that's why TalkStream made this website, and you have a different way to calculate value of pack that is a bit more useful, let's say, for players, I find. So I will, if you care about value and packs, you know, just check TalkStream website. Hey Coco, welcome. Oh, we are 69, guys. Thank you very much. Hey Goku-san, hello. We managed to win against server 959. What did their main legion? No. Hello, Jim. Did you beat their main legion? That would be, I mean, happy for you, but sad for them. We get supremacy for Tundra now. So which group are you in? No, that's their main legion. So that's what you did not beat their main legion, I guess. Oh, did you guys play already? No, there is no point. Oh, in SVS. Okay, okay. Thank you, buddy. Oh, so did you stole their castle? I mean, they are doing I mean, you have a strong stage, right? So what's going on here? Battle records, total occupation. I mean, that was close. That was a nice match. So we took their castle last time, and then they managed to defend it, and you guys took it, right? I mean, it's tough, right? It's tough to. Here without it. Yeah, you guys are beasts, you know. That's a lot. I mean, for us, you know, we have like that on four different alliances, so you know, even it does not look that good, as good, but yeah, you have a lot of very strong people. It seems. I mean, power. So many people are above 1 billion now. How many Enigma gems should I have for the city skin? It depends if you want. If you want to be really safe, it's like 24k, 25k, 26k, something like that to be really, really safe with the best strategy. That's more or less what you need to be really safe. If I remember. It's all on Discord. I have video guide and I have like details of me doing it as well. You know, I got that city skin. I recorded it, so I got it with like 17k. So I got very lucky. But if you want to be sure to get it and not depend on luck and to have 99% chance to get it, I think it's around 24, 25k to be super safe. Hey Fares, welcome as well. Can you show us your backpack? It's not really full, to be honest, but if you want to. That's the amount of fire crystal I got. So that's gonna be all gone by next SGS for T12, reduction of cost and stuff like that. And a lot of these as well. You know, rest is resources. So resources, I have not that much. T12 burn, you know, took all of my resources. Speed up still 250 days, training 120. Construction, you know, nothing to do with them. Research 30 days. Learning, I've burned most of them learning days today, so. And here I don't have much, you know. I started to get a bit of widgets for Gen 12, so I'm starting slowly to get some widgets that I'm gonna use this week. Just one sec, I need to respond to that. Then not much here, right? Then, you know, I've been using most of that SVS, so I have a bit of books, a bit of sigils. But I'm starting to collect a bit of charms. But don't have much at the moment. I've just used everything in SVS more or less. So it's not. I watched your video on Tundra Armlings and I don't think it's worth getting 20k purple ticket and you only win. Wow. Je me rappelle, je regardais ta vidéo, j'ai pas l'impression que ce soit utile de garder 20. Tu en gagnes 10 000 la première semaine. Ouais, mais t'en veux 30 000 pour parier, non? C'est ça? J'ai oublié. Il suffit de miser 10 000. Ouais, mais si t'as le choix de miser sur un match à 2 h du matin, quoi. Oui, si tu peux optimiser comme ça, si tu veux, il n'y a pas de problème. Mais de toute façon, t'as trop de tickets pour acheter la boutique. Ça. Moi, je sais plus quoi en faire de mes tickets, donc il n'y a pas trop besoin de faire ça, on va dire. Mais je vais aller sur Discord vite fait. Je vais voir s'il y a les gens. Est-ce qu'il y a des gens sur Discord? Oui, il n'y a personne pour le moment. Ok. There is nobody on Discord, so I'm not gonna go on Discord. So what VNSF was saying is like, I'm usually suggesting to keep a lot of tickets, like 30,000 to bet, right? But it's like, if you get 10k by the game before you start betting. So if you bet on a match like that at 2 a.m., for example, like one of the first match played, then you're gonna get 20k. So if you keep like 10k's, you can bet on 2 very early matches maybe, and then you can bet on the third one. But that's that's a bit. You can do that if you want to. That's okay. But the long story short is like you're just gonna have too much. If I remember, you can. I don't know if they changed the shop, but you could buy nearly. If I remember, I'm buying out the shop every time, so I don't really have any reason to do it basically. But if you want to optimize and for the first time you have Tundra arm leagues and play a bit more risky, you can. You can. That's an option. That's a smart way to optimize and spend an extra 10, 20 tickets on the shop the first time you have it. I was never a gamer until I found this game by accident. You are by far the most knowledgeable WoS YouTuber I found. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I missed that earlier. Just starting FC5, fair enough. I don't know when they did Tundra Arm Leagues FC5, FC6. Because there are so many events now. I don't remember all of that. I used to be able to remember, when you get all of the stuff, but now there is so many things that. I'm just checking my spot. Yes, did not change. Okay, my spot did not change. I know where to go. I know what to do. I know where to go. I know what to do. Do we have bear trap today? No, we have bear trap tomorrow. So let's pop that. Good luck if you guys play as well. It's gonna be what it is. Should be a very easy match, right? It's gonna be in 5 minutes. I might go get something to eat. I'm actually quite hungry. I had a little lunch. So I'm gonna get maybe an ice cream. I have like 8 minutes to get it. So be right back. I'm back. I just need to write an email quickly. Good afternoon. And there you go. We're good. Kind regards. Goodbye. So 2 minutes, something like that. Let me just send my farmers in Kingshot as well. 3 minutes. So we have the countdown. Oh, I need to do something. I need to save my march. I need to save my march to do my job today. It's gonna be important. Let's do that. Let's just ruin my ratio for bear this week. Bear is like so easy, so I'm gonna keep this one. So I want to do main march, Mia, and I want to do 48 for 48. By ratio, I want to do second march Mia. So when my main march in the building, so 48 for 48. I don't have any march for joiner. I want to do main march Molly. So we're gonna do like 2%, just 40-12. Just 40-12. So it's gonna be 4. So it's gonna be Molly second march ratio. Then we're gonna do Bradley. So Bradley is gonna be third march. Third march gonna be Magnus, Lloyd, and it's gonna be Bradley with 60-40. And this one. And maybe I want like a second march. Who's like Molly too? Well, what do I play if I play second march? Do I play Freya? Do I play second march and Freya? Offensively? For now, I'm gonna change that later. So second march, Freya, I'm gonna play like a bit of a different ratio. That's gonna be Blanchette. And that's gonna be, I can get the third march as well, but you know, it's gonna be rare. I'm gonna need that. I said second march, and it's gonna be like 50-10, 50-10, 40. And it's gonna be this one ratio. So I got like, I got a good flexibility in my marches. Let's get the ice cream before quick. People on voice. There. Hey everyone. Gonna mute myself. It's gonna be, it's gonna be a very why it's so weird. My computer is like so messy. Let's go. Infirmary. That's really annoying, after castle battle. Good luck if you play, guys. Well, I'm just gonna above 10. And recon. That should be okay for a first match. Good luck if you're playing, guys. I'm just cutting the camera for the ice cream. It's not too sensual. And thank you for being here. We're 74 right now. It's insane. Thank you very much. Monday afternoon in summer. Some of you might be at the beach. So we want to make sure they don't get any points, right? That's super important when the early. The thing I need to do is the joiners. I did not fix my joiners. And the only thing we need to do is the joiners. So I'll do that during the battle, but there is no rallies going on. Because on the final week, you are ranked by the total amount of points you got. And if you give points away, of course you get less points. You get less points. So you really want on the first matches not to give them any points to have the best final week you can. I'm gonna recall my main march. I'm gonna use as a joiner. So let me see if my march are set up properly. First march. Can I attack with many marches? Lloyds. We are getting first occupation everywhere. They are not rallying. I'm gonna try to burn that dude. Just for fun. And then I'm back. Ice cream is nearly. So the next milestone is like in 20 minutes, 15 minutes, when there is gathering. So I don't want to use too many speed ups as well, too many gems. It's just for fun. Defeat, defeat, defeat. They are decently strong. But I did not have a good march. I don't know what. I need to check my march. Something is wrong. I could not send my main march somehow. Oh, it's because I sent Mia to someone. That's why. Okay. I sent Mia here, so let me fix that. Let's just do Patrick. Let's just do Patrick. So, you know, if we burn them enough, they might not play. They might not make points. Sorry for them. But, you know, we just want to have the best week we can in finals. It's really important. It's really, really important. Because if you are in the top two, you have a second chance in the final week. Guaranteed. And if you are 3 or 4, you need to win to go further and have a chance. If you lose, you have a second chance. If you are 1 or 2, and if you are 3 or 4, if you lose, you are eliminated. So we're gonna try to burn them as well. Just need to make sure that Odonis is somewhere. We just need to secure this in like 5 minutes. And then gather as well. That's why, you know, 30 people is like, it goes quickly because you need one person to fully gather. Are you? I see some fire. I see some fire. But you know, that was that the first match will be, you know, will be like that. For it might not be that black and white, but you know, there will be a winner and a loser, pretty much black and white for most of the matches. Except people that rank, like if you manage to be in the 30 of power, you know, like, I think it's like 33 against 31 or whatever, something like that. So there are a few matches that are a bit even when it comes to power. But because, you know, it's 1 versus 64, 2 versus 60, against 63, most of the matches are unbalanced for the first one. That's a bit soon. I need to see if I can. People are burning them. Like, you know, burning people is not preventing them to gather. You can gather with one troop, so you know, it's never a solution to not, you know. But we try to burn as bad as we can. We just need to make sure that, there are people in buildings. We are not leaving anything unprotected. So high house life, we are burning. We are burning 975 at the moment. That's what we're burning. I don't even have good joiners. And then I'm gonna go somewhere else. That the next. Oh, BNK. How do they have all the heroes already? Gen 12. How do you do that day one? What did I miss? Did we rally victory? So we burned someone a lot. So now they are the road. So you see that's, if you are hoping for a fair match, yeah, it's not today. It's gonna take a while. Because we rank 2, we have a very easy pool. The first few matches are very easy for a little bit, so it is what it is. It's gonna be like that, hopefully, for 4 matches. And maybe the fourth one will be a bit harder, but it depends if they have a max player or not. Where did the 600k gem did appear? It was like I spent 4.3 million gems in the last season 11, so it was a bit more than 600k, man. Maybe I went up to 600k again or something, but I was a gem millionaire. I mean, Jackie is here. Yeah, I need to send a better match here, but I'm gonna move, so. Oh, Southeast. I went Southeast PT. Do you want me to move for gathering or? Bottom right, and me. But I don't know if the corner were assigned, so I just picked the one nearby, but. Yeah, like 30 on a call. That's amazing. So 1 minute. It's gonna take a minute. But I have a job to do, so I cannot be in buildings. Just gonna secure gathering anytime, radically. Are they like, yeah. So where are they going? They try to join rallies. So when when you're overconfident, you just need to make sure that there are people in the buildings. And if they teleport and start rally, you just need to be very reactive. So enemies gave up. I mean, they did try it a bit, but I think they pretty much got burned. Gathering Tonton Northeast. Okay. Oh, I'll waste the teleport. So I'll go close to some of them and Let's do, yeah, let's do something like that. That's good. Well, there are only 3. Oh, there are 1 here as well. I'm gonna swap my main march. They're gonna make a tiny bit of point because of the gathering, but you know, we're gonna. That's why I wanted my main march as well, is to prevent them together just in case. That's a little point we can allow them to make, is just for the time we find the spot, which I was not very good at, to be honest. But there will be another one, another wave of mines. So I don't know when the second one is actually. I never remember that. No, let's go no matter what. Who would that? People are like burning speed ups like crazy when it's, you know, it's not needed, right? But you just want to like make your points, right? Because if you don't burn anybody, it could be a bit tough to make points. So dash burns a lot. So there were like 2 of them trying to gather a lot and speed things up. Let me, where is that one? If we stay in the mine, it's gonna be okay. I just wanted not them to kick out whoever, but it was IFX, so they are probably strong enough that these guys has no chance to do anything about it. I just don't know when the next one are arriving. That's the thing I actually don't know. I'm using 3333. That was worth it to spend 5 minutes doing my my marches, if it is to just do that. I want them to teleport as well. You know, if we burn them and they teleport, they might decide to leave and not bother anymore. That was probably not good because that's bad ratios. I mean, that's still hurtful for him. So yeah, I'm using 33, so that's not good. I'll try with a proper ratio. That should work. So I had to waste 3 or 4 teleports. That's what I use in most foundries. I'm just checking if I'm at the right spot. Northeast, right? That's northeast. That's where am I? Someone is fast. IFX is very fast. I was a bit slow. So it's popping at 40. So I'm not very good at my job, apparently. Yeah, I mean, they are trying to get a bit of points for themselves. I mean, most of them got their points, right? You need to do 180k. They have a bunch of dudes that don't. We are getting here, Motaz. Some people ask me what to do about, Tundra Arm Leagues. Like the main thing that we've learned is like to have very strong people gather. Like buildings, you can get half of it back after the gathering, and you can explode the buildings and get half of the points people got. But the gathering, they can never take it back. They can never take it back, and these are permanent points. We have 13 spectators. That's cool. Do you have anyone to bully or? I missed all the mercenary prestige on Kingshot because of that. It's terrible. That's what you want. A blue map. See if I do that, if I by mistake lower. Hopefully it's good size-wise. If I misclick, that's not a red one. I mean, they are going a bit here. Some people like to burn teleports. I really don't get it, but I'm wondering how did he got all the Gen 12 day one? How do you do that? Did it Tundra Arm Leaks pack? It's Tundra Arm Leak packs. That's how you do it. Because usually you cannot. You have to wait for the lucky wheel and shit, right? That's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. So if I wanted to, I could. But the one with the lucky wheel, I'll do it slowly though. But if I want to do Hervor, I'm gonna do it tomorrow in the daily video. But any tips for people who go to Farm Alliance for Alliance Showdown Sesh? What are you looking for? Except like you need to do the 20 million points. That's for sure. then you know it's like you need 7 points to. It's like for me the same as Alliance Showdown. You need 7 points to win the event. So you can wait to spend your things, and if you see that's the day they are pushing, you don't. And if it's a day they are not, you do, or you know, I don't know exactly. Oh, my Gen 1 is here. Poor dude. He teleported, there's like 10 of us, you know? Like everyone is going after him, speeding up a march. That's how it felt. Yeah, Tundra, see, Star, you're not that rusty. You don't really play the game anymore, but you know your shit, man. That's something I never think about because I never maxing heroes day one. Like, you know, I never had such a problem. So I'm gonna put it in the hero guide. See, like, I would not waste my gems to do that, you know? It's fun, but I mean, maybe when my pets, you know, when my pets are so far that I don't care about my gems anymore, there is literally nothing else to do in the game with the gems. That's gonna take me months, you know, that's gonna take me a long time before I can, like, you can always train troops with gems, you can always do a lot of things like that, and, you know, just wasting them for fun and burning. But I guess it's a video game, so you know, people do them. That's, you know, one of the thing I am not crazy about, let's say. It's like, I mean, my state well did that, so I don't know. I know, and cause of that, we got FD in matchmaking. What do you mean FD? What did that one? I mean that stuff. Let's get a million true back. That's so cool. I love the expert. I know they are expensive and shit, but I really love the experts, to be honest. I was meant to be able to use 3 marches, so I need to review my marches and think I need to do that properly. I totally forgot about it. It's gonna keep them busy and lock them down, so you know. We try to rotate so people can do points as well. I know what it meant. I knew, man. I knew. Ask me what? Sorry, I was not listening much. I mean, there are rewards per match, but I don't think they are crazy. Like the big reward at the end, right? But, you have rewards per match. You try to be YouTube friendly. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. It's appreciated, you know. I don't want to have problems. I'm kind of YouTube dependent at that stage, you know. Maybe one day I have like a social media account or something to as a backup plan, you know, in case I got issues on YouTube. I don't think streaming a mobile game is very risky compared to certain channel and topics, right? But you know, if I want to make that what I do in my life, basically, I'm kind of need to have plan Bs as well, just in case. I have the Discord though. I have the Discord. Hello Tonton said we only see Twitch comments. It was meant to be YouTube. It's set up to show YouTube as well for you. I just don't know why it's not working. So I need to check why. But it's I plugged in Twitch and YouTube to it, so I don't know why. And I cannot really test it without being live, you know. Uncle, I was okay. Je me demandais pour avoir la météorite, il faut être VIP 12 et plus, oui. Hey Sats, welcome. Tonton becomes a bully with his march. I'm getting decent, man. I'm getting decent. A bully, I don't know, but I can do a bit. If I want to, I can do a bit. I'm gonna, you know, I'm just gonna wait for this to be gathered and then, you know. So if people are liking teleports later, you know, we can remind them why they are liking teleports. And, you know, if we are, if people are liking gems, we have a proof why. I'm living in another state again, damn well, like micromanaging everyone. I don't like it. Fair enough. Enjoy. But you know where you go? Better do micromanagers are annoying both in IRL and WOS. I mean, for me, like, I don't know what you call micromanagement. I would understand a state that has like very strict rules to optimize to win, right? But that could be telling people what to do with their money, people telling what to do with their upgrades, having rules to force people to not push a certain way on events. It could mean a lot of things like that that are, you know, I guess highly unpopular, right? I think it's okay that states are like that, just really not for everyone. So that's fair to leave as well. I can't play much really, but my bags are damn full. I'll finish maxing my marksman in Rogia. You still, because you were kind of in and out of the game, that like where you were still like considering like mostly enjoying real life and spending a bit for fun, or how do you play at the moment? Like what's your situation, I guess? Oh, the GD0, there is nothing left to get. But like when we played 943 in the past, it was like that, right? The map was red and they were zeroing every one of us on the battlefield. So that's how it feels to be like a super mega state. But that's usually what they do in a regular foundry, right? They just, pick all the buildings, zero everybody, and whenever someone is popping on the map, like everyone teleports around them, everyone, zero them, like it's just insane. So that's how it felt playing against 943 in foundry and regular foundry. So what is that matching skin that everyone has? I did not pay attention. Was it the meteor or something else? Oh, this one? It's because my game is lagging, so it's like the simple battle mode disable is like higher, lower qualities. Oh, that's there is some fresh meat. There are some fresh meat on the board. I'm surprised he's not being attacked yet. I'm surprised he's not being attacked yet. Yeah, we're still spending about 200 a month, but work got crazy, kids growing up, I become a permanent driver for their activities. But when you wait for them, right? When you wait for the kid for their activities. But yeah, when they are teenager, man, like I was living in the countryside, my mom was like, at 14 you can drive like a scooter or like a little moto. I don't know what you call it, like a bike, like these tiny bikes for like teenagers. Because we are living in the countryside, at 14 you want that, basically, else your parents are like, they need to leave their jobs and just go around and drive you everywhere. They sent me a message that they will kick me out and burn me. So I said, try it. I mean, I hope you're bubbled. I mean, you're strong enough, but if they rally you, you're gonna blow up in a second. So. How did I do? I mean, he has 6 million troops, so and he's a bit stronger than me. That's not his main march. That's not our main march, though. But she's a bit stronger than me, so 50k, 24k by 24k. It's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well very soon. Are they rallying us? No, they are not rallying us. I see state where people are not allowed to join other alliance in the state without approval. That's for Whiteout. It's very odd, right? It's very very odd for Whiteout. I've seen that in other games, and I would have assumed that it's kind of, I don't know, not assume that you cannot move alliances without approval, but that's there will be kind of, you have an alliance, so you have kind of, you should be faithful to your alliance in a way, right? And you will need to kind of talk to Air Force about, why do you want to leave to the new alliance, explain like kind of a recruitment process, right? That's what I've been seeing in games a lot before. Whiteout, you just move around, you just do whatever you want. It's like very, very casual, I guess. I need to play with Korean this time. Time is suitable, and so I'm moving. That's fair enough. And they are strong, so Korean are more chill from my experience. They don't bother you much and respect your privacy. If you're in their alliance, I guess people don't really like them usually in the game because they are kind of Maybe, I don't know if they are tyrants, but some people say. I never had that experience, at least myself, so I cannot say. But I know that I have a lot of viewers that have problem with Korean alliances, at least. So gathering is done. They got 400 for, they got a bit of points, so we can start to move. And I don't know if we can burn. I don't really care, but that's where the fun is, at least. So just a bit late. I want a lot of troops. I mean, BNK is inside, so my march are working. It's just that I had one gathering, right? So I have my 3 marches with my 3 main heroes, 2 marksmen, 1 lancer. Finish maxing it, so infantry gear. You seriously did not play much, so you have 270 mithril. I mean, that's not too bad for 2 months, It's not still not too bad. Tomorrow, wandering event, so I will. You get your charms in order. Yeah, hopefully it's good for charms tomorrow. I hope it's good for charms. Hope it's good for charms. That they did not break that charm magic tomorrow. That would be amazing. Because I think I kind of could have got a bit more of it last time, I guess. I mean, the guy is strong. He's not burning easily. 6 and 8. The swimming, karate, and football. He's busy, man. You have an athlete. That's a lot. Hip hop dancing. So I see a lot of dads waiting for them like me. Yeah. What you doing? Playing Whiteout. Should get a referral link from Whiteout and you just convert them. I'm gonna reinforce a bit. So just so there's no last minute shenanigans. Oh, that's Dash. Last time in Gen 4, I was getting like 3,400 champs per $100 spent in Gen 4. I mean, you will make me want to spend a lot of dollars if that was what you get in Gen 4. I wish he played chess. I don't know, man. You know, be careful of what you wish, they say. Is that an FC8 that we cannot burn? Is that an unburnable FC8? Oh, it's because he's full. It's because he's full of troops and reinforced by that lady, so he's very strong. If they like Tundra, I'm cool. I mean, you know, there are not that many people doing French, so they are watching YouTube. You know, it's either me or a guy called Escanor, that the guy that helped me with the overlay and everything. So there is a few other people like Altarbash, and I don't know if you're there, but I don't know if you publish a lot of videos still. Like Altarba is publishing like, you know, video with music of battle, so it's you know, these things are not really attracting as many people as guides. So Tonton, have you ever played with all French alliance? Tonton, never, man. There is a reason for that. French are noobs in games. I mean, first of all, there was never any serious French alliance in any states I've been playing on. So I only play like in the top alliances. I have no interest to play. I don't care who I'm playing with, if they are French, you know, whatever country they are from. It's not important to me. So I go by power. I never played in the state with the French alliance. But we have actually, there are a lot of spenders in the viewers. There are a lot of big spenders like Dolphin plus whales. But I've never I never came across like a very strong French alliance or French state. I don't think we are enough. Maybe, I don't know. I would not mind, but I'm not looking for it basically. So. But French don't have a good reputation in games. We tend to be like a bit more, how do you say? I have a lot of French people watching, so. No, but we have a lot of people that don't really care to learn the game, right? We have a lot of people that just play the game for fun. And I don't know if it changed that much with online game, but when I was like a teenager, so like 25 years ago, we will be like French, Russians, who else? Polish. We would be banned. Like when I played Warcraft 3, like when we played Dota on Warcraft 3, because before Dota became the game, right? It was a mod within Warcraft 3, so it was like I forgot the name of the dude that developed the mod, and you will get banned based on your IP, because somehow they could get your IP, and you will be banned. Oh, because they were hosting the game, so you could get your IP. Based on your country. And French, we were kicked out. We were kicked out with the Russians because Russians had a bad connection. French were noobs. Polish were noobs, I think, as well. It was like 4 or 5 countries that we would like be kicked out of most games because we were not as serious as the Swedish, the Germans, the Dutch. We are like casual gamer, I guess. That was funny. I think it's still a bit like that somehow. Yeah, I mean some states are there like a cultural. You will see like Arabic. I don't know if that's the right word, but like Arab Alliance or states, like heavy concentrated. You will see that a bit in the game. Korean, Chinese, a bit. Yeah, I guess it's maybe language as well. Having to translate your alliance chat all day is like I don't know for you, but for me, I find it a terrible experience. if I'm in an alliance where so many people speak language I don't speak, I don't participate much in alliance chat. It just I just wish there is like an auto translation that you don't have to go through manually. Else I cannot just spend my day, translating people's chat. So I think people are kind of, going towards convenience as well for the chat and for the social aspect of the game. German, I've never seen one, but I would not be surprised. Like Germans are very serious gamer often. They take games very seriously. I would not be surprised. I don't know if it's a popular game in Germany, but for me, it does not really matter. Like I prefer a chat in English, though. That the only preference I have is for a chat in English, just for convenience sake. Oh, they healed fully, man. Are they rallying? No, they are not. I mean, I don't know where is this sport. Like when 10 years ago, it was already an upcoming industry. So I don't know where it is right now. I'm not following football, but I'm not following esport at all. So I really don't know. How did it go? We got troops everywhere, so that should be safe. So next few matches should be like that, and then we should have a bit more fun later. That's pretty good. That's what we want. Last time we finished first in the points, right? Because we were the most careful not to just have fun, but to prevent the enemy to make points. Or the most lucky, right? How are we doing? I think we got a lot of people doing their points. So we are at 40. Okay, we are 46 people doing their points out of 50. So that's pretty good. That's really important that early, that these guys. And they are accumulating. I don't know if they will be able to make it, but if they do most of it, that's really cool. And they had not even 30 people making their points. So. Yeah, you know, that's what you do as well. I did not think of that, but sometimes that's how you allow them to do points, you know? You give them some marches so they can actually attack and make points. That's an option as well. That's how you help each other. Gonna start research. I might not stay too long after that. I kind of have a lot of things to do still today. So if you guys have questions or stuff, you know, we can do it at the end. But I'll be on again in 2 days, whenever that's, you know, whenever we have the next event. And I'm not a big fan of wasting gems and teleports, but as you can see, I do a bit sometimes. Will we have action in the last 2 minutes somewhere? Hello, Tunson. What's your first take on Gareth? Have you unlocked him? Yeah, I've unlocked him. I recorded the guides just before streaming, so I need to make the thumbnail. I need to make the description. I need to like do the back end, right? But the video is ready and registered. He's amazing. He's just very expensive, you know. But he's amazing. He's just for like, you know, I'll get some very good value out of it. But it's like a way to, you know, to separate, like, you know, the biggest whale and the smaller ones. You know, it's very, very expensive hero. That's good, but it's really, yeah, if you have like unlimited budgets, then you get an edge, you know. That's more or less what it is. And I think that game, you know, I want, how do you say, I don't know for sure, because I'm not in the little paper of the dev. I don't have any insider information, so I want to be clear as well on that. But I do think that the kind of game we play, and then bigger whales will have ways to separate themselves from the smaller ones, and you know, and there will be like kind of a hierarchy based on how much you spend in the game, and the game is just structured that way. This kind of fighting game, it's not the only one. There are many others. These kind of games are structured that way, right? And that's I don't mind personally. You know, if it was a problem, I would not play. So I'm okay with it, in a way, and I understand not everyone is as well. But I think that's important to kind of remember. Because we sometimes, I think we do forget that. So GG, so we could not really zero the person, you know, strong enough, reinforce, solo march. His first skill seems to have value for free to play. Yeah, of course, but it's just gonna be very hard to get him. Sorry for the yawn. It's just gonna be very hard to get him. It costs a lot. It costs a lot of sigils. It costs a lot of everything. But yeah, you want to have it like it want to. I'll go on my farm instead. That's gonna be a bit Let's finish a few things here. First, let's get these things. Right, my keyboard is lagging. Let's try to start a pouch. The pouch thing. I don't know if it's gonna work, but let's start to start a hype train. I'm gonna show you a bit where I'm at on my farm. It's gonna be more. I spend a lot of money on experts, so my progress is really not nowhere near. I mean, the account overall is nowhere near like an average player anymore. I need to be on. I missed all of them. Oh, I could claim one. People are so quick for that. That's crazy. I don't really need the gems, to be honest, so that's okay. But I'm not in the beginning for the gems. So see, you get some rewards for winning, right? That's why people were asking. You get 5 of these, speed ups, 2 teleports, 57,000 of these, and 40k on my bets, right? So that's pretty good. That's why you want to play and get your points is for the first reward I collected in that tab, right? That's really not bad. And that's for Legion 1 win as an alliance, I guess, or individual, I don't know, whichever. So what do I get? Oh, I can get personal points. So then that's why people are going crazy. So next time I need to go crazy. Next time I need to go crazy. Well, it's gonna happen over time, you know. It's just every 4 months. It just take a while. So what can I do here? Recycle. I'm nearly close. I nearly got what to buy next month. It's getting closer. It's getting slowly closer. So let's do what I need to do, and then we'll look at the dude. We'll look at Gareth. But I'm gonna publish the video in like 2-3 hours. Eating up 7 level is achievable. Exactly. That's really the sweet spot for him and Romulus. But it's a bit pricey, but that's really the sweet spot. If you can do that as a free-to-play or low spender, that's really good. You get a lot of value from him, and that's really, really cool. So we got all of these now, so I'm gonna go towards the next one as well. So I'm not gonna ask for help yet. That's I'm gonna wait a bit. I'm gonna check all of my chats later. I'm gonna go back to my main alliance so people can join their own. But, you know. That's the same. Level 7. 4 or 7. They have the same, like these heroes have the same structure, right? So as much as possible, you know, you want them to be, I'll show you on the farm, but you probably know. Just gonna send my farms. Do we have anything to do today? No, let's go level 9. So when people are gathering level 9, it's 30% of a full march. So, you know, if you attack level 9 tiles in SVS, you make a bit more points. It's not a lot of points, but, you know, if you need to like go for some scraps to get ranking or to get some points or to go safely, you know, you can bully farmers. Pam, 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 pam. That's gonna be in a little bit, but we're gonna wait. I'm just gonna refresh one sec. So we see the first trucks. But I have pets and buffs, so I can technically like target someone that's quite stronger than me. That seems to be the only one right now. Okay, let's check again a bit later. What's time? It's 5 p.m. Okay. Ooh. So I could unlock it on my farm as well. It's kind of easy to unlock, it feels, if you know, if you saved up a bit of things, is quite okay. So just click a few things quick. My trucks are riding. I don't know if they're riding to the sunset, but they are going somewhere. So what you want to do is Romulus. See, like, it's stuck level 4 until you are in Quintance 3, right? That's not too bad. That's when it's level 30 is in Quintance 2 or whatever. So if I just do that, so see, like, for 1, I could actually put them is skill level 7, and that's the sweet spot. But to me, it nearly took, I think I did not use any sigils from these, right, to Romulus. So that took 10 months or something. We got them last August or like September, we got the experts. So it takes nearly a year to get to that point as free to play if you do not speed up, right? If you do not speed up. So if I wanted to, I could, and then, you know, I don't need the extra troops. It's my farm. I don't really fight with my farm. So I don't need the extra troops. I never, you know, need to heal with the tokens, whatever. I don't need it, but it is what it is, right? Thank you, Will. Was easy one. Easy peasy. It's gonna be like that all week, man. It's gonna be we're gonna fly through it. Unless they have a Maxwell in one of these, like they have a crazy spender in one of these alliances, then, you know, it can give us a bit of a problem, but then, you know, we probably just need BNK to follow him and garrison wherever the dude is. So that's what you want to do on both. They did the same, they require the same thing, right? So you want to do that on whatever his name is. So it's gonna take forever. I'm gonna use a bit of XP, you know. But the rest is gonna go slow. It's gonna happen slowly. Because my focus is gonna be to put Valeria. And I use some sigil, so I don't know if I'm gonna regret it, but I want to put Valeria to like max next SVS. And then I'm gonna get all the important ones. I don't have Cathy, I don't have Fabian on my farm, because I don't play, you know, it's a farm, and I don't have Ronnie. But I have, you know, I'll have Valeria, Baldur, Agnes, Cyril, all girl maxed when it comes to the skills. So that's pretty good, you know, free to play, 100%. You know, I don't really play it seriously, so I'm missing some events and shit, so anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. How much do I need? I'm nearly here for that. That's good. That's really good. Hey Toshi, GG, easy, nice match. Easy. Oh, I did not bet fully on 3 matches. Maybe I did not bet fully on 3 matches. So, you know, everyone at the top is advancing, which is usually the case, right? At the top, you usually have an easier matchup. So, Group A, everyone that should was advancing. These ones were okay. They were a lot stronger in the bottom. This one, oh, this one they won with a lot of a lot less power though. Wow, that's pretty good for them, to be honest. I mean, how is that even possible? That these guys, with such a little power, they totally blasted these guys. So here we are fighting against Jet. They had a tough matchup, right? They had a tough matchup, and we are like, see, our power is like 700, and they are like 3, because we have a lot of we had a lot of people joining, you know, like participants. We look like we have a higher power, but we had a lot more player participating, so we are not we don't. Their power is a lot higher here. And then that's gonna be played later. That's gonna be played later. For the Goku, for the bets, for the predictions, you got only 2. Oh well, okay, fair enough. It's you know, it's easy not to miss the bets, the prediction at the beginning. It's quite easy never to miss it. So here you could, you know, you can wait basically, or you can start to buy, but you want to have always 30k to bet next, right? So if I wanted to, you know, I could do, I could start to buy if there was any importance to do so. But to be honest, there are not. So if you needed fire crystal, whatever, just need 30k for the next one that you're gonna be able to use tomorrow. Make prediction, login, polar terror, speed ups. Oh, that's my farm, that's why. But like that's a bit weird. I'll make a state like next SVS. I will actually do a state of free to play after 3 years. How much is 3 years? It's not gonna be 3 years, but that's more or less. Yeah, I'm missing a bit. But I need to check on my main because my main got connected like carefully. My farm I did not. So it's missing Sunday. How many times you have to play to have money to buy the teleport skin in Tal? Irin, you want to do it twice and you want to buy it the second time. I have the explanation on Discord. If I remember, I might be a bit rusty with it, but basically the first time you play Tundra Arm Leagues, what you want to do is to set up yourself that every next time you can zero out the shop. You can buy the shop, and to do so, you need to keep some of these purple tickets. And to do so, you need to keep some, particularly these golden tickets. See, like I empty the store every time now, and I have 21,000 tickets. So if I go here, and I already started to buy, right? So that's 1,000, 400, 400. So I could buy all of that now, and I would still have enough to bet like crazy every time. And when you bet crazy every time, basically when you start to do prediction for the final week, I don't know why it is. That's gonna happen a bit later. But when there are 16 teams left, so here we were 64, so now we are 32, right? So we have a match. So tomorrow we have a normal prediction. We predict on the regular matches on the 32 player left. Then Wednesday they're gonna be the match. And Thursday, we're going to have 16 teams left. So on Thursday, you can do prediction on the elimination stages with your purple ticket, and you can start to do a prediction on the top 16 people. And when they have 16 people, you have a 16 times multiplier on your ticket. So if you do a prediction with 100 tickets or 1 ticket to make it simple, and you are right, you get 16 tickets when there are 16 teams, right? Then a match, another day happen of tournament, you have 8 teams left, so you have a multiplier of 8, and then you have 4 teams left, you have a multiplier of 4. So you need to want to accumulate these golden tickets to be able to predict fully on all these teams that you think is gonna win in round 16, in round 8, in round 4. And, it takes like 10,000 tickets or whatever it takes. And then because there is a 16 multiplier, because there is an 8 multiplier, every time you do the prediction, you're going to get something like that. That's going to be ridiculous at the end. And then you're going to be able to buy the store. But that's not possible the first time. The first time you just want to buy a bit, what's the most important. And I have it explained on the Discord and I have a video about it. I don't really remember all the detail because that's every 4 months. And I'm talking about that every 4 months. And I talked about it 8 or 12 months ago when I made the guide. But I have a strategy so that you can buy, the most important things the first few times. And I think you keep like 8K, maybe something like that. So in 4 months, you can like predict like crazy with these golden tickets, and then you can buy out everything. So I would suggest to buy it the second time, if that makes sense. So yeah, Tonton, doit-on être au reset dans l'alliance de la Légion les jours de bataille? Non, du tout. Tu peux rejoindre pendant la bataille, après la bataille, jamais au début. T'es lié à l'Alliance, t'es lié à ta Légion, donc tu y vas quand tu veux. Si tu rates un match, tu rates un match, on s'en fout, etc., etc. Donc il n'y a pas de stress à ce niveau-là. I think our Legion 2 gets knocked out next match, possibly. Yeah, that's very likely. I don't think any other team's gonna go further. It is what it is, man. Oh. So that's the troop power, so that's not what I want. I want the leaderboard. Wow. See, we are first. But that's really important, right? I mean, like that's like the small difference here is not really, it might be, but it's not really important. But that's ranking will be used for next week. And if you are 1 and 2, you have a big edge compared if you are 2, 3 or 4. So we want to be 1 and 2 here. That's why we are playing like very carefully not to have them make any points. So you win, Toshi. What group are you in? What's the group of that's gonna be played tonight? That's moving. Okay, so you win against these guys, which power was good for you. Then you're gonna meet 000, and their power is like very similar, but you don't have really wells. So Pierre, je vais faire en français et en anglais ça. Donc tu reçois des récompenses au reset le jour de ton élimination. Le jour où tu es éliminé, tu as, je sais plus où c'est, il y a tellement de trucs. Prédiction, match, récompense, rewards. Le jour de ton élimination, tu as les récompenses là qui sont là. Et ça, c'est que le jour de ton élimination. Donc, si tu es éliminé aujourd'hui, tu restes dans l'Alliance ou tu rejoins l'Alliance avant le reset. Comme ça, tu as les récompenses d'élimination. Mais moi, je vais jouer, on va jouer, on a été qualifié. Donc ça, on aura ça que le dernier jour. Tu l'as qu'une fois, en fait, ça. Tu l'as qu'une fois. Tu l'as pas à chaque match, tu l'as qu'une fois. Donc tu dois être, en effet, tu dois rester dans l'Alliance le jour où tu es éliminé. Par contre, tous les autres jours, tu t'en fous. Il n'y a pas de problème. So what Pierre was asking, and many people are confused by that because it says here, rewards will be sent to all Alliance members of the Alliance to which the Legion belong every match day. But that's bullshit. These are, you get that when you get eliminated, right? So you have some reward after the match that I collected, right? So we got these. Oh, that's the gambles, right? So that's the prediction. So you got like all the rewards here, right? So that you get from your points. So these you get at the end of the match. And the other rewards you get when you get eliminated. So we are doing the event in it, the other alliance, right? We are doing in that alliance. So if we get eliminated, at reset, I need to be in it to get the reward I was showing before. That's really important. Else you will miss your reward of participating, right? Like to get the bigger reward, like these bigger rewards, so 33 plus, or if you rank, for us, we are already in the top 32, right? We are already in top 32 because we won the first match. So you are here if you win the first match. You are here if you win the second match. You are here if you win the third match. And then you go to, next week, basically. So these rewards are given the day you are eliminated. I know it says every day, but like, we never got them every day. You get them when you get eliminated. Imagine you get that every day. That's just stupid, right? That's just stupid. Even the Alliance one. So these you get the day of elimination when you're out of the tournament. And as well for everyone that got eliminated today, or everyone that gets eliminated on the 22, you can register for regular Foundry. Because that's going to be Wednesday and regular Foundry stops on Thursday. So you can register for regular Foundry. If you make it to the next match here on the 24, if you get eliminated on Friday, a Foundry registration, the regular one is closed and you cannot be added to it. So you can participate here, get the reward and lose, and you can do regular Foundry as well. So you get double the rewards. So that's really important to know as well. Vous avez gagné. Bah écoute, tu joues. Y a pas de problème. You have a theory about white. Okay. Troop quality and number of troops is what really matters in joining garrison, right? Only rally leader skill take effect. That's not a theory. That's how it works. That's how it works. So when you mean quality, it's like tier of troops and fire crystal level, right? Both. So you want the higher troop average, fire crystal level, and yeah, fire crystal and troop tier. So that you want. And what matters when you join a rally is the first skill of the hero, right? The first skill of the first. There are 4 joiners that share that, right? So that is really important as well, and that's one of the most important thing about rallies is getting these freaking joiners right. It's not that much the ratio. It's about getting these joiners right. Get the joiner right and you will be good. A lot, but you can have a wrong ratio, and as long as the ratio is not terrible and stupid, But if you have a decent ratio and you have the best joiners, you will do a lot better than if you have the best ratio and you have stacked joiners like 4 JCs. Hello there, hello Link, welcome. Is style happening in every state in the same time? Yes, it's on a 4-month schedule here, so it has to be for everyone at the same time. It's like a tournament format with 64 teams, and it's every 4 months. So you get the invite just after SVS, right? You get the invite just after SVS, because SVS is like already like the castle battle is already at the end of that week, right? So it's gonna happen over the next 3 months, 3 weeks. Sorry. So you have an invite. Nothing happened the first week, and we are week 2. And then you can start to you register week 1, right? But beyond that, there is nothing going on. And then the matches are starting week 2 for the elimination phase, and the final phase is week 3. So it's a very slow process, right? It's a very slow process. Takes 3 weeks, and that's gonna be great. So what can I do here if I wanted to? I need to keep 30,000 to gamble. So you see, because so with the purple tickets, buying the store fully is a bit harder if you are not participating. It's actually quite hard if you are not participating at all. And it's a bit harder if you are eliminated right away. If you see today, I got 7,000 of these, right? I got 5K here, and I'm gonna get 2K here. So I'm gonna get 7K every match. So of course, every time you go further, you get 7K because you're gonna participate. And then if you look at the reward for qualifying at the end, here you mostly get golden tickets. And here for your alliance, you're gonna get purple tickets, right? So if you manage to win 1 match, you're gonna get 3K, 2 match 6K. And if you go here, you start to get a lot of extra tickets. So if somehow your alliance or your state is getting, somewhere here, plus you participate to the match and you have 2-3 wins, plus you get the state's reward for the top 4, but that's not tickets for the purple ticket. It's gonna make your life a lot easier to buy out the store. But you see, I can already buy. I need 30K left tomorrow, so I could do that. We are day 1 with the leftover of last time. I could already buy all of that. And the rest I need to wait, but I can already buy all of that. And we just started to play because, you just have too many. If you play well and you are if you predict well and you're in an active alliance, you just get too many. So that's going to be empty. That's going to be empty. And I'm going to have a shit ton of these. And, maybe I'll be happy to do. I think I've done resources. That's really cool event, but you cannot redo it the first time. The first time you need to buy the core things, and I have a guide again about it to explain to you exactly how you create a situation where you just have too many tickets for everything. And that's if you're whales, if you have a new gen of heroes, which I did not know, I realized today, these packs, you buy like 2 or 3 of them, maybe just 2 because you just need 30. You buy $5 and $10 and you get enough shards to unlock any hero of any gen. So that's something I'm gonna do tomorrow. In the French Let's Play video, we're gonna unlock Carol. No, we're gonna unlock Hervor and Liegia. And Carol, I will do like them very slowly with the Lucky Wheel. I don't need an offensive Lancer hero at the moment, so I'm not in a rush to do them. And I still want to have use of the Lucky Wheel on some SVS and things like that. So I'm gonna do Carol very slowly. But I'm gonna do 2 heroes very quickly, so then I'm a lot more powerful. Can I use Eugene at the joiner to get a reason? Why would you want to do that? So what's gonna happen if you use Eugene? And depending on what you mean using, right? I'm gonna give you the game as well. Game music because like Spotify is not working today. So when you use Eugene, like if you like let's go here, right? This is critical to understand. So see, I have him here, but I cannot have him on the left with the little blue flag, right? So that's my captain. That's the captain of my march. I don't know if you know that. I'm sorry if that's too simple and you know already, but on the left is the captain of my march, and because of the blue flag. So that hero gonna share her first expedition for like let's say there are 10 joiners. 4 joiners gonna share their first expedition skill with the rally leader from the captain. So in that case, that was Jesse. I'm gonna share 25% damage, which is equivalent of 25% lethality. So it's a multiplier, so it's really important. If I use a Jin, I'm gonna share, and if a Jin was the captain and if he was first, I will share 25% logging income. It does not do anything. Your rally is not cutting wood, so it does literally nothing. And if it takes a spot, if he's one of the 4 rally joiner, you're gonna not just that it does nothing, you're gonna miss, right? If it's a PvP battle, and if there are 4 joiner giving extra damage, and you have 3 because you have him, you're gonna have 20. You're gonna have less damage, and you will be more likely to lose, right? For bear, you're gonna do less damage and stuff like that. So you cannot use any of the blue heroes as captain, never. You cannot use Gina as captain. She does not have any skill that do damage. You cannot use. I mean, that's the only ones, right? The other one, they have proper skills. But there is very different quality of joiners. Some joiners are a lot better than others. So like not all joiners are born equal at all. Some joiners are like terrible, and some of them are mediocre, and some of them are good. And some of them are amazing. But I have like proper videos on that. Not for rally. Then what? Like, I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, you can use him, like understand that he do not have skills, right? So you're gonna, if you have to use him because you are at the beginning of the game, like let's say these are my best heroes somehow. I'm attacking a monster, I'm attacking a beast, I'm attacking a polar terror. These are technically on paper, they are my best heroes, but these do not have fighting skill. So that's terrible. That's gonna be terrible because the skills are so important. The skills do so much for you. That's really something to understand. Like the skills are doing so much for you. If you look at Baiti, he's doing 25 damage reduction, right? And he's doing 50% chance to do 50% damage. So in average, it's 25. So like, let's to simplify it, you have 45% more damage or damage reduction or a mix of both, right? It's a big equation with like a lot of calculation, and you are adding 45% on one side if you have Baiti versus a Jin. So even if Baiti was a bit behind, he had less shard, he was giving a tiny bit of stats, whatever. He's adding 45% on your side, right? Some of it in the damage calculation, some of it in the damage mitigation, right? Or damage reduction, whatever you want to call it. So like a tiny bit of stats, it's not worth the skill, because the skills are so big. The skills are huge, right? The skills are really important. The stats are really important, but the skill are really important. So I don't know if I get you or not, or if it's helping. Let me know. I'll leave a moment. I was thinking removing Lingwu and Baiti from camp and let them level 1. They are useless when in late game, don't they? They are useless. I heard that Lingwu on rallies 20% opponents reduce attack. There's some to consider it. No, it does not work. I have it explained on Discord. It's very simple, right? I'm just gonna show you quickly. 20% just with the way the maths work in the game, they just do not work. It's just that simple. I mean, it's not that they do not work, but they do not work as well at the 25%, right? So let me just show you the calculator. Is it showing up? Let me move it because now we have the chat here. Let's do the calculator. So if I have a JC, let's say I have a rally, right? And one side I'm putting a JC. So JC is 25%. So I have to multiply by 125, right? So that's what JC is doing to a rally. If you have just, it's very simplified. It's overly simplified, but you will get it why it's not working. And so that's one JC, right? So that's giving you 25%. What's going to happen with 20% joiner that are reducing damage or something like that? It's not like 25 multiplied by 0.08. It's not how it works. People think it works like that and they're like, oh, it's the same. But no, it does not work like that. It's not multiplying by 0.08. It's dividing by 1.2. So you are dividing 1.25. You are dividing it by 1.2. And you see that the offense, in that case, if you multiply by 100, right, to get the percentage, the offense get 4.16% more. So if you put one Bokan, one Sergey, one not Bokan, Bokan as well, one Sergey, one Yingwu, one whoever is 20%, right? Whoever is a 20% joiner, if you have a 25% on the other side, the offense, when there is only one joiner in a very simplified example, blah blah blah, all of that, the offensive side, I mean, whoever has JC have 4.16 or 17% more damage at the end. So if I tell you that by swapping one thing in your investment portfolio, you get 4.20%, let's call it 4.20% more return on investments on your money, you will do it, right? But somehow, if I tell that to people in Whiteout Survival, they don't do it. If it was money, I'm pretty sure people will do it. It was like that simple to sweep a Bokan for a JC, and it's a bit more complex when you have 4 joiners plus the hero of the rally leader. That's why I made a spreadsheet with all the joiners and all the heroes and all the ratios you can use. So you don't have to think, because I did that for you with the help of people like PCB or most nerds. To really optimize that like the way they work and they stack together and the interaction with joiners and rally leaders. But just with that stupid example, you get 4% more. 4.2. And that's just one joiner and stuff like that. And people are sometimes having their rallies being 10, 15, 20% not as good as they can be because they have the wrong joiners. So it's really not small. Yeah, just because you divide by 1.2, it's not as good as, it's not as good. So if it was dividing by 125, it will be as good. So it is what it is. It is what it is. How was your tal, Dimo Novi? Sorry, it was very simple. We are, at the first match we are against very weaker opponents, so we just it went very well, as good as it could. We let them do 440 points, and we are the one that let the opponents do the least points so far. Not by much, but we were the one that are the best at controlling the map in the first match so far. So that's good for us. And we made points. We have 50 people registered, and I think we got like full reward on 46, and we got 2 people that got most of the rewards. And one of the dude that did not get the reward is like one of our Globe 2, so for him it's like peanuts, right? He does not really care about one match of Tundra Arm League's rewards, I guess. And we did that with our Globe 2 missing, so it's like very simple matches. So if people are busy with real life, they they might not go out of their way to make sure they are coming to the match, right? If that makes sense. Suppose while defending a castle, only leaders skill take effect, others are there to feed the garrison, and their joiner 0 just does not matter. Like, I mean, we can support that, but that's not the way it works. So I'm not sure what you are trying to get to. In another game or in another world, yeah, we could ignore that, but it does not work like that. So I'm not sure where, like, what will be the benefit of ignoring that mechanic, right? What do you try to get to? But yeah, it works the same in garrison, right? You should never use a hero that has a bad first expedition skill as a rally joiner, and I just explained why 20% are not good. Yeah, but we are, yeah, exactly, Dimo. We are like the mains are leaving, so some people, like, basically what the way we do it, right? The stronger player, we stay inside. Like the strongest of the strongest, we stay in the battlefield. So we are not giving away any building. We can keep burning and stuff like that. And the bottom, maybe let's say 10 players or whatever, or people that want. We could leave. We could lose a few of the top players as well, right? But like we are 30 in the battlefield. Like the top 15 or the top 10 gonna always stay because we don't want to take the risk of losing a building or whatever, right? But you know, the bottom 5, the bottom 10, they do their points and then they leave. And then we put replacements, right? We put the backup team, the subs, they call it not subs, right? Substitutes. We put the substitutes and then maybe 5 substitutes do their points and then they leave. And then we put back next, again, 5 substitutes, right? So we try to, like, we have some people managing that and going back and forth with that and checking the chat and being like, you know, people that did their points are like, okay, I did my points. Can I leave? Yes, you can leave. And then someone, can I join? I have, you know, I have half an hour. So we put these people in priority and things like that. So we rotate our roster as much as possible. So we get as much points. And we registered 4 teams. So that's, you know, that's 100 people making points potentially. Up to 200 people making points on the states potentially. So that's pretty good for us. I'm gonna go soon. I have things to do, and it's mostly videos for you guys, so, you know. I want to update my Alliance Showdown guide, because I have things to say that are not in the guide. I need to put online the Gareth video. That is, you know, it's registered, it's like, it's ready on YouTube, just need a thumbnail, you just need a bit of text and stuff like that. And I need to record Winter Siege video. We can look at Winter Siege together quickly, because I'm gonna do that later alone, so... We can look at Winter Siege. And tomorrow I need to do a Wonder Theater video, and that's just for the English channel. I'd love to make some of that for the French folks as well, so update some of these guys. So it's lagging a lot. Theater new strategy. I mean, they changed the event fully. Like they say they changed the reward, they changed some of the mechanic, like the way you progress through the floor and the cost of, like, you know, re-rolling or, like, you know, selecting a reward or going up. They say they changed all of that, so, you know, we might be like, we might have to review everything basically. I'm not sure everything we knew, you know, everything we know might not be working more or less. Where it is, what do I want? We're gonna do, you know, we're gonna do like idle treks while we are here. Why not? But I think my state is old enough that I don't really need it. I mean, I'm saying that, and I needed to check Winter Siege, right?
Winter Siege is about to begin.
So Winter Siege is about to begin. The state top 20 alliance can join the context. Prepare yourself for an all-out battle for Alliance glory. Join an alliance. Can I join a job? Can I, like, sneakily join the top 20 alliance? How do I join an alliance? Oh. Ho 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 ho. What's like a bottom top 20 like? Like what's bottom top 20? It's like 20 million. 9 million, right? 19 million of power I need. 19 billion, sorry, I need. Just need someone to get me in for the tournament. 20, 20. That's a bit low, but that could do, but that's a bit low. 4 billion, 5 billion. They have a crazy amount of level 11 alliances. So one of these will do eventually, right? One of these will let me in. So yeah, I will suggest not to play too much tomorrow because whatever you know might not be exactly. It might not be how it is tomorrow. The strategy that we used to have, like play, reset, it might not work tomorrow. So I will really suggest not to play until people did simulation, until people looked at at it a bit closer and things like that. And I'm gonna like share on Discord immediately whenever that's sorted, and then I'm gonna make a video whenever I can as well. So I'm in an alliance. So I'm currently ranked 12, so you get some rewards, so that's win you, right? If you win, if you have a victory, if you have a lose. Wow, win streak is giving more. Okay. That's the first tier. That's the second tier, so you get 10 building, you just get a bit more points in the store. That's, you get more buildings. If you are pioneer, if you get exalted, you get more buildings, and if you get mythic, you get more building, and if you get legendary, you get a shit ton. That's great. That's a tier reward for the alliance. That's pretty good. I don't know if it's easy to go there, but that's pretty good. St. Joel's. So I figured out Eric and the other one. Thank you. I figured out the Joel's. Like they send a communication about it. It's like you can buy these and do like little things like that in the store. And apparently I get a tiny. I got like, I don't know. I got some of it, right? It gives me some money eventually one day. So that's it's not a very effective way to support me if you want to, like, because I think it's not like, I don't know, I get 60% of what you spend, or I don't know. But before tax, it's still going through tax for the company and stuff. So, but that's really fun and cool for the chat. So that nothing wrong with doing it. So it's somehow it supports me. I'm actually checking if it's in the analytics right now. But the other day people played a bit with it, but I don't think if I go to earnings, if I go to super and gift, yeah, it does not show. It shows like if you do like a super chat, a super sticker, a super thanks, like all these kind of donation-based interaction, like either a question or a thing in the chat, like all of these are showing, but people that are members of the channel is showing as well. And then these are somehow, it's probably too soon, they probably add it later, but it's peanuts, so it's fun. Thank you very much. So that you get reward for the building. So what can we see? Is the shop good? You get what? So that's okay. So you get, we don't know when it resets. You cannot buy mithril. You can get a bit of fire crystals. You can get a bit of charms. The shop is very average, I'd say. The shop is very average. Because you get 20k when you are the top tier, so you can buy most of the shop, but you probably cannot buy everything. So that's not a shop you're gonna buy out. Unless you are maybe like at the end of it, right? Or maybe we got an expert that boosted. So your shop is average, battle result, okay, ranking, rewards, we cross rewards, rules, event schedule. Yeah, I'm not gonna bore you with all of that. Shield made a video, he's going through all of that, so I'll try to digest it a bit before I do mine, because you already have like some kind of someone going through that, and that the type of guide I don't like to make basically is going through things. I'll rather wait a bit, understand how it works, and tell you a bit more what to do, and that's where I'm trying to focus my guides on. It's not necessarily telling you the rules. It's like more telling you what's in between and what it means and how you play, more than explaining you the rules, right? Everybody can read that. So it's more like that's really how I position myself from the beginning with my guide. It's like being one step beyond that. Because when I started the game, what I could find, like most of the guides, for example, on the official Discords, were copy pasting of that, were like images of that, and I'm like, I can read that. I don't need someone to copy paste the image on the Discords and have me read it on Discord, right? What I care about is how do I play? Like, what do I do? Like, what the best strategy? What's the best, what the best thing I can do with that? How do I empty the shop if I can? Can I buy everything, right? So that's kind of where I try to position myself. So that's why sometimes I don't want to make like videos too early when I have nothing to add. There is no value to add. If you want to read if you are lazy and you want someone to read it to you, fair enough. But that's why, some people did already. That's fair enough. But if I don't have any value to add to that, and I don't have a clear idea about how it's gonna play out, how to optimize, what's the strategy for it, I'm like, yeah, sometimes I do a video, sometimes I don't. And that, I'm not gonna play it as well. So yeah, to min-max. That's kind of I'm not the most extreme min-maxer. You will find people that are a bit even, further than me and are like even crazier min-maxers. But yeah, that's really cool. Wow, this is gonna be crazy when they have them. Wow. See, we are nearly 2 years after they added these. They are leading for nearly 2 years. So probably no guide from me before I figure things out a bit more. And I'm not gonna bore you with reading the rules. But that's why you want to make a character on an older state eventually, if you care about them. But most people left already. We are like very little compared to earlier. So let me know if you have any like last minute question. Else I'm gonna go for now. I'm gonna get some food, I guess. I'm gonna publish some videos, some recording. I have a bit of work to do as well. So it's a bit of a longer stream. I stayed like an hour and a half more than I planned. And, it was my pleasure, but that's mean I'm behind on other things. I wish we live in a world where, time is unlimited or something. I'm just gonna get the truck on the right alliance. Tiny bit of points. I don't think they're gonna win, but because I'm sleeping at reset, so you never know if they wake up and they make a lot of points. Have a good afternoon. Thank you, Lynn. You too. You too. I'll be waiting for Winter Siege video, Gokusan. Yeah, sure. It's my pleasure. It's gonna take, it's Gen 13 plus, so it's gonna take a freaking while to get it. We need 3 months before we get it, basically. And it could be at the end of Gen 12. It could be at the middle of Gen 12 for us whenever the schedule is. So it's gonna be 3-4 months until I can play it. So it's not anytime soon, but I'll try to put something together still. And I want a red truck. I want a red truck. Give me a red truck. I want a red truck. Yeah, that's a lot of time. I think we're gonna have it once a month, basically. I think it's gonna be instead of Canyon, right? It's gonna, the months we don't have it, we're gonna have it instead of Canyon. But the weird thing is like, oh, that was the one we faced in SVS, Gem. From TW, whatever. That's what we found, not in SVS, in Tundra Arm Leagues. I think only BNK is like bragging with his red track. But never miss. They could totally, right? They could limit the amount of people playing, and we could have it Gen 6 or Gen 10 or whatever next time. I will. If it is the same day as, if it's replacing Canyon, I mean the months that you miss Canyon, it's gonna be the same day as Locan Sunfire Castle as well. So you kind of want to have, you know. But that's the day that a lot of people are online, and it seems to be like a acing battle, so you don't have to be all online at the same time. It's not like a foundry match. You can do your attacks whenever. And so, you know, that might be a very complementary game mode with just having one more event in the game that you can play on Saturday when you usually play Castle Battle, more or less whenever you want. And there is probably a peak of activity for that anyway, just because people are doing Sunfire Castle Battle, the local one. So that could be very interesting, because then the strategy will, you know, people will play a lot around that time. And you might have a strategy to try to play before or try to play after, or I don't know. We'll see. But I need to run. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful Monday. Enjoy your, you know, day, evening, morning, I guess, for some still. No, it's afternoon for everybody right there. So it's either nearly tomorrow afternoon. So have a good day. Enjoy life. See you soon, and, you know, check the video. There will be quite a few early this week about all the new things coming up and all the little updates we had. Thank you, guys. Peace out.